Hello and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Pick a Side podcast. My name is Joel Moran and I'm here with River Brown, Angel Velez, and Mr. Joel Dells. And this is an episode 548. In this episode, we're going to be reacting to the conference championship games. The Super Bowl matchup was set. Some new head coaching hires. We got Mike McCarthy to the Steelers, Joe Brady to the Buffalo Bills getting promoted in-house to stand with their foundation. And then we're going to talk about some NBA. Giannis and the Bucks, what's going on there, and revisiting the Knicks and Timberwolves trade from an off season ago.
That's just for you to like kind of shit on the Knicks.
That's really what I thought too.
I was right.
Yeah,
I'm interested to see your guys' take on it. The stance.
There's nothing.
The stance.
Nothing changed for me.
But that's what the show's gonna be about. We are going to the Super Bowl.
Are you cold?
Yeah, no, these hand warmers are really come in handy. It's actually shocking the amount of warmth they give your hands. Do you know how it happens? How it warms up?
How does it happen?
The science behind it?
Tell me.
No, I'm asking you.
No, I'm asking.
I don't know. That's why I was asking you. Yeah. But essentially, you just rip it out the packaging, you let it get some oxygen, and it warms up your hands. First time I was introduced to them was when I went to Lambeau, and I needed to gear up for the cold. I bought a pack of them for my toes and for my hands.
For an L.
And
if you can only have it in your feet or in your hands, which would it be?
Hands.
I'm gonna be real with you, bro. My toes get colder than any part of my body.
Tough. It's close.
My hands get fucking freezing.
My toes are dead ass freezing right now.
My feet. Yeah, because with your hands, there's more that you could do. You can wear gloves.
That's true.
With
you can put on like 3 pairs of socks.
Yes, that's the thing with socks. I mean, with your toes, with your feet, if you want to stay warm, you have to really double up on the socks, and that could be uncomfortable.
My feet don't get cold.
No, my hands and my feet definitely get cold.
Funny enough, my feet actually get colder in the house than outside.
Okay. Do you not have socks on the house?
No, and my floor is really cold. Like we don't have rug in the room.
Yeah.
Should be icy.
That sounds bad.
Yeah, no, these last few days, bro, I've had a whole fit on the house. Like sweatshirt, sweats. It's been so cold.
You got to, bro. You can't do anything less.
What do you mean? It's cold in a minute, man.
It's way too cold.
There's
bro.
so much. There's nowhere to park near you, bro. Me and Tyler had to park in a lot, like
it's so far.
a block and a half down.
I believe it
because the snow is like a foot up.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, listen, man. This is why you gotta vote, man. You gotta vote. Vote for the right people.
They're gonna make the snow not happen.
The new mayor of the city, Hackensack. Yeah, I put him on blast because I ain't never ever dealt with snow a day later on my street. The road still looking like complete trash.
Has it been better in the past?
Absolutely, it's never been an issue. It's never been an issue. And there's actually because Jess has really tapped in with Hackensack
local
forums
politics
on Facebook. She's not tapped in with local politics, but I would say like she is aware of the concerns of the people when it comes to Hackensack. She's on Facebook and she reads stuff, and a lot of people are essentially complaining about it, that the roads, they are not salted and they look very bad, and this was not a problem in the past. But
kids have school. I saw you had off.
Not
I'm in Patterson.
I know. I wonder.
Patterson takes a while to clean up.
You had 2 days off?
Yeah. Hackensack, they had a delay this morning.
Okay. Hackensack's also down as bad as you could argue it's ever been.
Yeah.
We're 15 M's in the hole, apparently.
Yeah, somebody stole it from the school budget.
They think a superintendent.
That's the last superintendent. So right now it's Miss Parchment. Parchment was our principal in the middle school.
Who?
Miss Parchment. Andrea Parchment. That's the superintendent. She actually suspended me.
Okay.
For some bullshit.
What you do?
It's always their fault, never yours.
So here's the story, and you tell me what you think.
Okay.
So I'll give not quite literally, but whatever.
I've never said it's not my fault.
Whatever. Nevertheless, we had an assembly, and the assembly was essentially like things that you shouldn't be doing, and what's a weapon, what's not. This was 7th grade.
Okay.
What's a weapon, what's not, and a pencil was on there. Pencil's a weapon.
A weapon.
Pencil's a weapon.
It can be perceived as a weapon, yes.
You ask John Wick, maybe it is.
Is it a weapon in Patterson?
I don't go outside of Patterson. I wouldn't know.
Nevertheless, I'm in life skills. We're fucking around. It's me. I'll shout these two guys out. Shout out Brian. Shout out Elijah. And we're playing like the pencil wars. So you fuck around, you fucking pow, pow, pow. So my pencil just happened to be up. Guy was playing with us.
Pause.
I guess he takes a break. Take it as it was. I'm telling a story. Guy's watching us play. He puts his hand in the middle. My fucking pencil slices his hand. He goes, ah. Teacher, I got to go to the nurse. I got stabbed. Because we just had this assembly, the teacher reports me to the principal. I go, and I'm not thinking anything of it. I'm just like, yo, this guy got cut. It is what it is. We'll be all right. They said, we're going to suspend you for 2 days. I'm a fucking goody two-shoes. Never got in trouble a day in my life. You're about to suspend me for my first offense? I was sick. So then my dad had a meeting with Miss Parchment, all that. Yeah, so things got ugly, but whatever. She's in superintendent.
A meeting for 2 days? Suspension?
They suspended me
Were they
for 2
trying
days
to like
for some
appeal
bullshit.
your suspension?
No, because it was on my record.
Okay.
Which is some nonsense.
Yeah.
Again, I never have gotten in trouble. I'm an honor roll student. So you're saying I'm cooked? Is that me?
It's a felon.
But the last superintendent, he was approving shit that without like board approval and just getting things, spending hella bread.
Damn.
Like, dude, think about it. Hackensack got the new bridge. Hackensack got the new turf field. Has the new field house. Where the fuck do you get all that bread from?
Or just
I
like,
don't know.
fuck it.
Yeah.
Y'all figure it out when I
He
retire.
was writing checks he couldn't cash.
I respect that.
Nah, he was
Essentially,
bugging
I
out.
think 7th grade, I went to SAP for like a week.
I believe it.
And yo, bro, I kid you not. I was in SAP and I realized I ain't this bad, man. Like, the people that was
What's
in
SAP stand for?
it's suspension alternative program. So like you
You're
go
suspended
there,
in school, bro.
literally
It's like
you just
ISS.
yes,
But
but you're
worse?
with criminals.
You're
Like,
so bad.
there
We
was
don't want
somebody
to
in there with an
suspend
ankle
you.
monitor. That's
At
what
12 or at 30 hours.
bro, I was like, what was like 12, 11? Bro, he had an ankle monitor on, legitimately. I was scared of him.
Bro, it's kids are so bad that they don't want to suspend you and send you home because you're just gonna get into more trouble at home.
Okay.
So it's like
You're
we're gonna
'cause you're not going
supervise
home.
you in school, but you're suspended. You know
I
what I'm
forgot
saying?
what I did. I did some shit. I was in there for like a week. First of all, the food.
You guys
was
remember
OD.
when
OD.
people used to bend paper, like little pieces of paper over and crate them into like little arrows and then use a rubber band to just
Yes.
shoot it back and throw
Who
it
do you
at
think
people?
was one of those kids?
You?
Me.
Well,
I
yeah.
used to throw them at
One
people.
time, bro, one of my friends did that and he hit a teacher, bro, square in the forehead. She
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
"Ay!"
Bro, do you remember the TV studio
She was
teachers?
cooked.
Of course.
What's his name again?
Damn you, Mecca?
No, Messina.
Masili?
They used to wild out in class, bro.
My
And
God.
rest in peace. It was Christian Packus,
R.I.P.
Asmar. They used to legitimately terrorize him, and I'd just be like,
Asmar stole my phone.
yeah.
That shit hurt, bro. I'm not gonna lie, because him and I were cool, and he stole my phone.
No, he was hilarious
That's
in
some Mark
school
Raider shit, man.
because he used to show you like you're like he'll fuck with you
Yeah.
and then rob you.
Nah, on
But then
God.
look you in your face like,
Nah.
He was always cool though.
yeah, he robbed me. He robbed me for like $100.
I asked him straight up. I'm like, yo, bro, you know what happened to my phone? He's like, nah, bro, I don't. I was like, really, bro? I forgave him.
I got a question. Do Maywood kids still go to Hackensack High School?
No, they go to
No.
Beckton.
Yeah, they changed a few years
Yeah,
ago.
because I seen it. Wow, that's
for real?
insane.
They go to
Yeah, bro.
Beckton.
That's
Really?
insane.
Because Hackensack was asking for mad bread from them. Now we're starting to realize why they were asking for mad
they were
bread.
poor.
All the
Because they're
money.
fucking in debt.
Beck-
so
Where's
that's what
Beckton
that's
at?
so that's the whole thing. Is that just the amount of money they were asking for?
Bro,
It's
15
low-key like a-
M's.
I think
It's
like a
Rutherford?
They're in
30
debt. Oh,
minute
yeah,
drive,
but no.
20-minute drive.
Hackensack was asking for crazy bread from Maywood.
So
Texas
Maywood
Does
got to
Rochelle
pay
Park
the
still
school
go
they're going to go to the school. Okay, I see. It makes
Rochelle
sense.
Park.
They're still going.
So gone.
It's Maywood. I'm sorry. It's Hackensack, Rochelle Park, South Hackensack.
You could argue it's a better situation for the kids.
Hackensack's a great
For
school.
Maywood.
Hackensack is
Yeah,
good
for
stuff.
They were
Maywood.
probably fucking whipping and nay-naying and not having to go to Hackensack, and now they're going to Beckton.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were afraid. Too many of the kids they were
But I'll tell you
turning
what.
the corner.
If we-
in Hackensack,
If Maywood
Hackensack's
never,
not that bad.
if
No, I
Maywood
know.
never went to Hackensack, Dels probably wouldn't be on the podcast right now.
No way.
I wouldn't be with Alexandra. Half of my friends I wouldn't be friends with right now.
You be with the niggas.
Type shit.
Type shit.
Nothing wrong with that, brother.
I'd be lit.
Nah, facts.
They forget I played basketball freshman year. Those are my bros.
Nah, facts. Maybe with Hackensack was cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Started
Life.
playing baseball. I got whitewashed.
Start hanging
We're
out
playing
this
with
guy.
Jared.
No, quite literally, I started hanging out with Jared and everything changed. That is so well said.
It'd be like that.
Lord knows he's watching right now. He's like, that is true.
do you
Leave
have
a
a
comment,
friend
Jared.
that's changed you for the better?
I feel like I'm the same person.
Okay, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Change for the
I
better.
haven't changed
Are
you,
you
bro.
trying to say that Jared
Men to
changed
men?
him for the better for making him
No,
whitewashed?
I'm not.
Is that what you were
But so it's a no for you.
I was bad in middle school. Was bad in high school.
Bad in elementary school.
No, I wasn't bad in
Bad
elementary
in
school.
pre-K.
I didn't go to pre-K.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't go to pre-K.
How long were you in college for?
Fuck. Like the
Still in?
first time?
The first time, yeah.
First time.
Jesus. No, only 3 years.
3 years?
Yeah, only
Oh,
3.
so you almost finished. Why didn't you finish?
Dude,
You have 1 more year left, bro.
brother, I was wilding. Bro, I was in there stealing money.
Stealing money from who? From where?
Financial aid, dude.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like the say that out loud.
Yeah. No, they got me.
John.
No, Joe, they got me.
Oh, they caught up to you?
They caught up. They was finding money tucked away from years ago. I was like, what the fuck? When was this? And they was like, I was like, oh, right, I did do this.
Got that bought McDonald's.
No, the people I did used to hang out with, though, most of them are scammers or in jail. So
Okay, I see.
I would say, like, I was never that bad. I used to go out, like, do regular funny shit, like we'll go in the store, we'll fuck around, shit like that. But I wasn't bad to where I'm committing a crime.
Not
I
like
know
criminal shit.
Yeah, I'm scared of jail. I'm light skinned.
Yeah.
And I'm petite.
I mean, who in God's name wants to go to jail?
No, I just like when people do crimes, do they not realize you're never gonna get pussy again? Like I personally think that way. Like, yo, if I kill this
good
person,
attitude.
dude, I'm never gonna have sex with a woman ever again.
That matters.
That hurts me.
That matters.
Bro.
Since you're thinking about the correct things.
I agreed, yeah. Like I think that's the most important
There's
part.
consequences for your actions. and
Yeah, bro, that's why I
You don't
don't
want
You know
to face
what?
those
Low-key makes you
consequences.
think about another person. Like maybe they just don't like women that much.
Yeah.
Maybe they're
trying to go
like,
to
yo,
jail
actually,
to-
butt sounds nice. Let's go to jail.
Yeah.
it's a risk they're willing to
You gotta
take.
think like that. That could be heaven or something.
No, that's not for
No,
me.
on God.
Like, bro.
On God.
No, like real shit. Like for me, now that ain't that. Like I know and I'm in jail, bro. They're gonna take me.
You're taking something? Oh.
They're gonna take me.
go.
Like,
But
I
at that
just
point, you
concede.
got to play defense.
Yo, at that point, I gotta offer something else. Like, bro, I'll give you head or something. But I can't. At no point can you take my butt. Like, please, bro. Like, and it's probably a big 6'3",
Huge
guy like
huge
Dell's
dude.
height, mad strong, oiled up, just in my room. I'm like, yo, come on,
Let's go
bro.
to the showers, man.
Like, he want to fight. I don't want to fight, bro. I'm not gonna win this fight. So now I gotta take an ass whipping. I gotta get raped, and on top of that, I'm your bitch for like this whole time I'm in jail. Like, it's.
Just not commit a crime. You don't gotta worry about that.
I would never. I would snitch before I commit a crime.
We just went past way too fast.
Bro.
And said, nah, just give him that or something. Like,
Bro, I'm a rat. Like, I tell you what, I'm snitching. I am a snitch. Like, I'm snitching. Like, if you do something in front of me, I'm rat.
And you listen to Gunna, so.
It's, love that nigga.
that's a legend.
I love that
That's a
nigga.
fucking
He
legend.
kind of paved
I
the
love
way
that
that
he
it's
snitched.
acceptable.
I love that he snitched. He gave us
Bro.
the best music ever.
Wow.
Should
Snitch
Dirk
again.
snitch?
Wow.
Should Dirk snitch?
Honestly, yes. I need him out.
Free him. That's right.
Free him. Bro, I'm a civilian.
Yeah, 100%.
Civilian snitch.
100%.
I'm a civilian. Like, if you did a crime right now, bro, I'd lay you to death. I'm ratting on you. In a heartbeat, actually. Like, call it. I know where you live. I'm
What
telling
if,
him
what
everything.
if you're facing 3 months, he's facing 3 years?
What?
You snitching?
Like, if I tell him I get out?
No.
No.
You're gonna do 3 months.
Uh-huh.
But I
If
would
you
do 3
don't
years.
snitch,
Uh-huh.
you're going to do 3 months.
Right.
If you do snitch, he gets 3 years.
I'm snitching.
And you get nothing.
my
So-
I'm snitching. For all of you.
You wouldn't do
I just
3
wanted to make-
months?
I just want to
I
make you know
think
it's
I
not
would
him
do
thing.
I
3
understand.
months. I think I would
You
do
wouldn't
3
do
months.
3
You're
months for your
6'6",
mans?
dude. You're 6'6", dude.
Still.
You have a much better chance than me. Bro, I have no chance. in it.
I guess,
Nah.
but
What
it's
jail
still.
am I going to? Am I going to just regular, like, down the block?
You going to the county one right here?
Yeah, you're not gonna know federal
I'm
prison.
too pussy,
but
bro. I don't know.
I think you could do 3 months
Why would
in
I
the
want to
pen,
do
bro.
that? Why,
don't
what did
want
he
to.
do? Why is he not telling himself?
I mean, 3
Fair,
months
fair.
to 3 years.
Why is he not? Why is he making me do
But
that
let me-
time
That's a
frame?
good point.
That's
a good point.
selfish.
That's a good
No,
point.
it
Well, hold on,
is,
actually,
but there's,
well,
but
no,
there's
no.
a certain
Hypothetical.
point to where, like, in this hypothetical, as my man's,
As my man's, why did you
No,
put
wait,
me in
hold on.
I
that
would take
position?
care of you after
No,
you
wait,
got
hold on.
out.
The logic is not consistent because when it comes to you doing 3 months, you had to do something too. So you were probably
just
at
been with
least
you.
in the very least complicit. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what did you do? What did I do for me to?
He went in and robbed the store. You drove away.
I can't snitch.
No.
Yeah, you were a part of the
For a
crime.
part, yeah. If I'm in the drive and he didn't tell me I'm about to go rob this
Yeah,
store,
facts, okay.
and he just come out,
They can't just put you in jail because you ain't say something.
yeah. If
You
he
know what I'm
just robbed the store, came out, yo, we out, and I'm like, what?
What
Then
if
it's like,
what if he hits you with, yo, bro, take the bullet from me, bro. Do these 3 months. When you get out,
I got you.
unlimited pussy. I got you.
Oh yeah. Unlimited. Yeah.
I mean, as much as he can get you.
I mean,
I'll go to Riv and I'll say, y'all take care of your family.
I mean, yeah, it really just depends. Like, if
Say
I
it
was,
like that, don't move you.
no, yeah, actually,
Have you guys seen Snowfall?
Yeah.
a little bit.
Who's the main character? Is what's the name again?
Franklin.
Something Alpha.
Franklin.
Franklin Saint.
Okay, so
I was about to say
Franklin.
St. Patrick. That's
So
fucking power.
I was watching this clip of Franklin. He went to jail and then they jumped him.
They beat his ass.
And then he basically said, "Yo, bro, you touch me again, I know where all y'all family stay."
Mhm.
and then they just stopped touching.
Snowfall's fire.
Yeah, they stopped. You know, so maybe you got to pull a power play, move like that.
But see, you know what it is, Joel?
Or you just be the jail clown.
I'm too pussy. I don't want to hurt nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I have a video of you getting into a fight though.
do you really?
Yeah, back in college, freshman year.
If I did get into a fight, it wasn't my fault.
You got into a fight, Riv?
Why?
Did you win?
It depends on what fight
No,
he's talking about.
he did win. Yeah,
Which fight are you talking
Who
about?
do you get in a fight with?
the one with Guaba.
That wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault.
He started pressing you,
Yes.
and you had to handle it.
Randomly.
For what?
I don't even know. I think he was mad at me or something.
But you handled it.
I
How to
won.
do what you had to do.
Yeah, I won. It was very quick. I was just
It's
like,
kind of
yo.
nuts to start a fight with someone and lose.
Bro, we was going to a game, and I went out to dap him, and he said, "Don't dap me. I don't fuck with you." It's like,
Sounds familiar.
It does sound familiar.
no, but it was like,
Sounds familiar. So we should have squared up.
no, but it's different because it's like me and him I thought we were good. Like I didn't.
So did I. Riv?
No, it's completely different. So I'm just like, yo, you dead ass? He was like, yeah, I don't fuck with you. I was like, so what you want to do about it at this point?
Type shit.
He's like, let's fight. I was like, all right. so we're walking
least it was
around.
mine.
Bro, it's mad cold. That's snow outside. So we're walking around the corner, and I was like, yo, bro, I'm just going to tell you like this immediately. Like, as soon as you say, let's go, I'm just going to slam you, and I'm just going to beat you up. And he was like, nah, that's not going the way it go. I'm like, all right. So we get up the hill.
It's always up the hill, man.
Yeah, I give my stuff to whoever I was with at the time. I forgot who I was with. We square up. He swing, he miss. I swing, I miss. He swing, I duck, pick him up, slam him.
Type.
And at that point, the fight was over because I'm just like, I slammed him in his neck and I just started tagging him up. Then everybody jumped in and I was like, all right, it's cold, I'm out.
Respect that.
Yeah, that was it.
And
Bro's
his business guy
Bro's
didn't know.
Khabib.
That's it. Sometimes you got, I'm be honest, it gets to, if I don't know the person, I'm throwing kicks.
Bro, he's smaller than me. It was like, bro, you're going out.
No.
Yeah, it's
In
like-
that situation, you had to handle it. 'Cause
Yeah.
you lose to a smaller guy, then you got problems.
It's smaller in the sense of like maybe like build and stuff. You guys are about the same height, no?
Mm-mm.
He may be like what, like 2 inches shorter than you?
That's a lot though. When you in a fight, like
Every
2
inch
inches short,
matters, remember that.
Yeah.
Like he was like a smooth like 20 pounds less than me.
Yeah, facts.
And I was like 160.
That's what I'm saying, like
yeah.
frame wise.
So it was like, bro, he's skinnier than me. I'm like, gang.
Skinnier than you, it's crazy. Yeah.
At that time, this was like
Especially at that
21,
time.
22. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're going to the sky. Like,
Yeah.
respectfully.
I mean, dude, I just want to say this. I only see the comments that pop up when I open up YouTube Studio at first. It's only about 3. And there was one comment that said that I should watch 2002 Kurt Angle versus Rey Mysterio.
I did see that.
It was the opener of SummerSlam.
Mhm.
It was a great match. I actually saw it before he recommended it, but I just wanted to say that I did see the match and it was pretty amazing. And Arc Raiders. Last week I wasn't the highest on the game, but I've really immersed myself this weekend to play it and to see how it is really. And I get it now. It's a sense like the point of what I said kind of remains. There is no point of the game per se, but that is the beauty of the game, that you can hop into a solos lobby and you can either team up with somebody and be friends, or you can be a rat and you could be somebody that betrays people and you're just looking to rob people in the game. I think the stakes in each match, because if you go into a match with loot and you die in the game, you lose everything. So you don't keep nothing unless you got a safe pocket in your bag with you. But it's a pretty awesome gaming experience, and I was immersing myself into it this past weekend, and it was pretty cool. I liked it.
It's a great fight.
Yeah,
It's a great fight.
I liked it. He saw me lose my loot before we recorded the podcast today.
Oh, he's talking about Arc Raiders now. Yeah, no, for sure. That game looks interesting.
Is there ever a point in a match, I guess this goes for both of you, where you guys are watching and you're like, this is the moment where I know this person's going to win?
In a fight?
No, like, yeah, like a WWE, for like if, for example, if John Cena was fighting, is there a point in the match where you're like, okay, I can see who's going to win?
Yeah,
100%.
I can.
Okay.
But with WWE, it's very predictable.
Mhm.
But there's those 1%er matches that aren't. Like a lot of
And those
things.
hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it's the most unpredictable, it is the best because you don't understand, you don't know what's coming. But I think something like that would be like John Cena has a lot of those matches, like CM Punk and Cena. When John Cena
I was gonna say
how
CM
many
Punk winning at Money in the
AAs?
Bank was pretty insane.
How many A's did he hit him with? Like 4.
An insane amount, bro. But recently, Drew McIntyre just beat Cody Rhodes for the championship.
3 stages of hell, right?
You saw that?
I see it. I didn't see it.
No,
but
for sure,
yeah.
bro. I could not believe McIntyre beat Cody.
It's been a minute, right? McIntyre been trying to get a title.
He has been, which I thought it was perfect. Drew's been due.
Yeah.
Cody's been a little stale. Credit where
Yeah.
credit's due. That match versus Cena was. We saw an
Is
all-timer.
he stale or did Roman just set a high bar?
That storyline was just so goated.
Yeah.
Roman didn't show up, bro. Roman would show up every 4 months.
That's
to-
what you
to
can
WWE.
do when
Shit's
you're
done.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you leave, it creates anticipation.
True.
But at the same time, it creates a huge void for whoever's making the show. Because now you're out 4 months without your best player. You're Kawhi Leonard at that point. You're not
Every time Kawhi
reliable.
Play, though.
He did like 4 years in a row. He was due
Like every day,
Was he sick?
every single time.
every
he was
match,
sick too.
every show.
Every
Because when he
show.
defended the title, he
No,
wasn't.
there was a good amount of time from between the finish your story to actually finish your story where he missed a bunch.
Because with WWE, and I feel like that, hopefully they trend in that direction with Drew McIntyre, because I feel like it's at its best when it's random.
Yeah.
When you know that, yeah, they're not taking the title off of Cody until WrestleMania. It's better when the product is on any given SmackDown or Raw, you can just lose your title.
Bro, when Christian beat Alberto Del Rio in the ladder match, and then the SmackDown after, he lost his championship, it was one of the most funny things of all time.
Yeah.
I was not anticipating it though, because Christian had been working to get that championship. He finally got it, lost it to Randy, never got it back.
Yeah, they
Straight
did him
never
dirty.
got. They did do him dirty.
him dirty.
But it was funny because it was like, wow, you just wasted all this time for you to just give it back to Randy.
The harsh reality of it is that Vince McMahon 100% did a better job at creating stars. He also buried a lot of talent.
He did.
But now, not only is talent getting buried, but he's not creating as many stars, especially young stars. It's not really much.
That's hot. That's a hot one. Like Rhea Ripley is one of the biggest stars in the world.
Yeah,
She's
is.
gigantic.
She is.
Good, too.
She looks incredible.
But who else? Name me 10 stars.
10 is a lot, but I'm going
Name
to
me 5.
All right.
Like 5 young up and coming stars. Like I'm
How old
saying
is Rhea
young
Ripley?
stars.
All right, Dom.
She's like 27, 28. That's a good one.
Okay. You could argue, albeit this is a reach, Gunther.
I could see it. His work might be appreciated more when he's not wrestling.
I get it.
anymore.
He's older. Yes, he did a lot of work overseas.
In the Indies.
Yes. But he came to the scene and he immediately got put over.
Yeah. It's a weird one with him was whether or not like he was gonna be a star already. It's like AJ Styles. Like he wasn't made by WWE. He came from TNA.
A lot of the truth of this, though, a lot of them are women.
Yes. There's more women stars now than there are men.
Becky?
Stars. Yeah, she's a star.
Bianca,
She's a star. Liv Morgan's a
Liv
star.
Morgan,
Rhea Ripley's a star.
Is Tiffany Stratton a star?
Tiffany Stratton's a star.
100%.
Yeah, there's more women stars. There's more women star power than men star power. right now.
Roxanne?
They look good.
Roxanne's on the up and up. I wouldn't call. She's an up and coming star, but I don't think she's cemented star
Trick?
right now. Trick Williams. I think he's up and coming, but he's not a cemented star
The
right
pop he's getting right now is insane.
now. No, I think he's an up and coming star, but like
See,
I don't
Randy
think
about
he's
to
a
put
star.
him
The
right now.
one he botched that I won't forgive him that I think he's trying to fix is Austin Theory. I think
Yeah.
he botched that, but that was Vince's guy.
and it's the vision.
That's facts.
And maybe Vince was right about it.
Now, what about Logan? Are you going to give him credit there?
He's not a star.
That's a terrible take.
No.
That's a terrible take.
I think he's solid, but he's not a star. Come on, Logan Paul. Are we serious?
Are you being dead ass?
I'm being 100%
Logan
serious.
Paul's. He might be one. I'm not trying to be hyperbolic here.
You're gonna do it anyway.
I don't think
I
he's
think I am.
I don't think
He's top 2 most talented.
I don't think he's a star because they force him in everything. Like he had a prime
watch.
sponsorship with the company. You know what I'm saying,
Dude, fair. But his matches, he's a star. His
No,
skill
he's-
set's elite.
No, I think that he's a great wrestler. But I don't think he's a star. There have been Evan Bourne's a great wrestler. He's not a star.
Do we give Seth Rollins Triple
He's a
H
star.
credit? Do we give credit to Triple H for that one?
I don't know because Vince was still running the
But the
company.
NXT vibe, that's why if we're going NXT, then
Yeah.
Seth, you could argue.
Yeah, I think at least when I watched back the WWE's like in the 2000s,
I mean, it was overloaded.
it was just a peak era.
It was
bro.
overloaded.
It was you had guys like Edge and Rey Mysterio in the mid card, Kurt Angle opening up a pay per view, Chris Jericho, Stone Cold, The Rock was still there, Batista, John Cena, Brock Lesnar. That era was Eddie Guerrero. That era was ridiculous.
It's early. Javon Evans.
I think he's on up and up. You're naming like I think those guys are up and coming stars. They're really good.
Only reach I legitimately named was Gunther. Like people watching
No,
now,
I
they're
think
going to
he's
be.
actually the most solid one. I think
But
the
I
reach was
think, but
Logan
he's
Paul.
not like he's not a.
He's boring.
He's not. No, he wasn't home. Like the NXT. That
He's a heel, bro.
Okay.
So he's not gonna get the pop. He's not gonna get the crowd reaction. He's a bad guy.
There you go.
He plays it really well.
now Triple H, Drew McIntyre. Thoughts?
I think Drew McIntyre is good. I don't know if he's a star.
Oh my god!
I mean, we just have different standards right now. I think the stars back then were like Chris Jericho.
Drew McIntyre is arguably the most like prominent social media figure in WWE
Yes.
that's on the roster currently.
I think he's really good, but when I think of stars, I think of Batista, Shawn Michaels, Edge, Triple H.
of course.
Superstar.
We're
think-
talking all timers.
Yeah,
fair.
yeah, I'm thinking about
Fair.
that, and it's
But
hard.
Okay, Triple H and Roman.
Like the all-timer
The
in this era, Roman Reigns.
But that's why I cannot give
Rhea
Triple
Ripley, I
H
think, will be an
credit.
all-timer.
I cannot give Triple H credit for Roman because that was always Vince's guy. It just happened to work the most when Triple H was the guy.
Yeah, he reached his peak.
He figured it out with Triple H.
Yeah, he reached his peak for sure. He got the reps needed by Vince. And
100%.
He reached his peak. No, but yeah, I WWE back then is cool. Now I watch it. There's a lot of ads, bro.
Lot of
Like
ads.
on the ring, I think it looks ugly as hell with the amount of ads they have on the ring. You have a Slim Jim ad. You got like Cricket
See,
Wireless.
but the reason why I don't think about it too much is because when we watch boxing, we watch UFC, that shit is plastered everywhere.
It is, but
UFC
WWE
is
was
not
never
every-
like that.
Every week.
Huh?
UFC's not every week. It's a little different.
It's damn near every
They
week.
are exclusive events. You're right, like the PPVs and stuff. But like WWE, well, Vince McMahon made it a point not to like have nothing on the ring, and that's why it always had that clean look. Now it looks like, bro, an entire episode of Raw was a Stranger Things advertisement.
That's true. But it is Netflix. Like,
Yeah, I get
that's
it.
not too shot. Like, I get what you're saying, that it's definitely taken away from the product. You're
It's
not
just like
wrong.
Stranger Things main event.
Yeah.
And then Stranger Things is like nobody from the cast is like at the show at all.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
Very, but we're talking about defense earlier, and there's nobody played defense better than the Patriots this past weekend. They held the Broncos to 7 points. They won the game 10-7.
You could argue we played better defense than they did.
Hey man, you can. I mean, who forced turnovers and who did what? You know, a lot of Broncos fans were adamant in their 5 turnovers they forced.
I will say, I saw such an interesting mix of comments about this game. Broncos lost. Sad. 10-7 L to the Patriots. Congrats to the Patriots. Congrats to all the fans. But I saw a lot of Broncos fans like up in arms, like, damn it, like we were the better team, which Nick Benito was also saying that, and I agree with him. Like, we were the better team, but end of the day, we don't have our guy. Our kicker, who's been money all season long, missed 2 kicks.
he got blocked too. Right?
One got blocked,
Leonard
the
Taylor.
one later in the game.
Jet.
One later in the game, the one that it probably would have been money, like right down the middle, just a great play by the special teams player.
Yeah.
And we lost a terrible game. Like, why are we upset? Only thing we should be like a little bit bitter about is we didn't have Bo Nix, and we know if Bo Nix would have played, we would have played better. And most likely that means we win the game. There's no crying over spilled milk.
It is
no?
very upsetting.
It is. You should have won the game.
It is very
You
upsetting.
don't make it here.
I-
You don't make it here twice.
You don't have to tell me. I'm sad Bo Nix did not get a chance to play in this game. I'm not crying, devastated that we lost, because when Bo Nix went down, we were playing with house money, and I still thought we could win that game. I still thought it was a 10-7 game, and the only touchdown they scored was because Jared Stidham, his pass got ruled a backwards pass. Maybe I'm blind. Did it
was
look like a
50-50.
backwards pass to
Yeah,
you?
at first I didn't think
For
it
them
was.
to on the field call it a backwards pass, not review it, and then them get the ball, whatever. It sucks that we have beaten Seattle. I don't know.
So you're essentially saying that you're not upset because you would have lost anyway in the Super Bowl?
I think I'm more like,
You don't make it here twice, man. It's hard.
I know it's hard, and I'm upset we didn't go to the Super Bowl. Trust me, I
should've.
wanted to go because this team was great enough to do so.
Yep.
Losing this game, I think what fans should be more upset at than anything outside of the performance is the weather impacting an AFC championship game. Weather does not play a factor in the Super Bowl ever. There's no home field advantage. You play in a neutral site. And unless you're fortunate enough to go to the Super Bowl the year that your team's hosting, you're not going to have home field advantage. So we're going to make sure that that's a neutral field, beautiful weather conditions, But in the AFC Championship or the NFC Championship game, it can be torrential. You could have snow draped all over the field. You could have players slipping and sliding. That's cool. That makes no sense
So
to
you're
me.
saying playoffs should be at least playoff games?
No, what it comes down to is I hate when weather impacts a very important game. Because we don't see who's better in that time. Because the Patriots didn't look better than us.
They haven't looked
All
better than
things
anybody.
considered, they looked pretty embarrassing considered they were going up against a backup. However, they won. Give flowers. They turned it around. 2 years, that's all it took, and now they're back in the Super Bowl. I'm in the business of giving acknowledgement and credit. I didn't think the Patriots would be here prior to the season starting. I didn't think they'd win the division. I didn't think they'd be a playoff team. Drake May went and said, I got us, let's rally. Milton Williams was one of the best acquisitions of any team this season. He's been a superstar in these playoffs. He looked like he made the $1 million move to a $100 million move from going from Carolina to New England. I give nothing but credit to what New England has done. So it's not a matter of me saying, poo-pooing on the Patriots for being a fraudulent AFC champion. Because their offenses look putrid and their defense has gone up against only bad offenses. Sometimes you can't control your road. But what I can be upset at is that there's snow all over the field in the fourth quarter, and now it's changing how you go up and play the game. Because I watched Jarrett Stidham actually go out there and air the ball out for the first couple of quarters in this game, and then as the game went on, we couldn't do anything. No offense could do anything. The one great throw I saw was Drake May on that second down to Matt Collins.
The flea flicker?
Yes. And that he had 88 yards, 86 passing yards.
Yeah, he did nothing.
That goal was horrible.
Whether impacting a championship game is sad for the sport. And I know that the Broncos may not have to worry about that in a few years because we're going to have a new field. We'll have a dome over it. But that's the one thing that I'll say that Broncos fans should be up in arms about. The weather impacting the outcome. Other than that, credit to the Patriots. Broncos will be back. We were injured. We'll be better next season. We have money now. We're finally off the shackles that Russell Wilson held on this franchise for so many years. We did this with Russell Wilson being our highest paid player. We did this while having no money to spend.
We did it, bro.
We're fine. We did, bro. But we didn't. We lost.
Well, we did it, bro.
But next season, we'll finally be able to fill in the margins. We'll be getting more players on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
We're going to be okay. Broncos fans should know that this isn't the end of the ride.
We're in the bowl next year.
I think we are in the bowl next year.
I don't know about what he's saying.
I don't know how much better these other teams can get. Like versus us.
I mean, the Chargers have $100 million in cap
They're
space.
scary. They're scary. Chargers scary. I'm not even gonna.
I mean, it's always the Chargers the next year, but they actually do have $100 million in cap space.
But the thing is, they have such a path to be great.
They just have to be healthy on the
They
line.
just need to be. They need to be healthy, then sign and tear offensive linemen with the money they have. They can.
You can paint the most beautiful plan for the Chargers, and I'll probably believe it until I see it actually happen.
Every
You know
year,
who also
it's
won?
going to be tougher.
You know who also won this past weekend?
who?
Bo Nix. You want to know why?
Because the offense played poorly.
No.
Why?
No.
Tell us.
This offensive line, the best in the league. One of the reasons why Bo Nix is so great. Sean Payton. But damn, that offensive line. First in pass protection. Least pressures allowed. Now we start to take a step back because now we watch Jarrett Stidham behind the same offensive
He's a
line.
backup center. No.
He played with that same offensive line. He played without Wattenberg for a good amount of games.
But I think having a backup center in this type of moment against a defense that features two prominent interior defensive linemen, it plays a big role.
Okay. I will say that you're not wrong in that regard. Fine.
Listen,
Milton was huge in this game. However, you know the drastic difference that it would have been with Bo Nix in that pocket.
It improves the offense. I think the offensive line is a great unit by itself.
Of course.
I don't disagree with your sentiment too much. I think with the Broncos, Listen, man, it is disappointing. You got this far and then your quarterback couldn't play.
Devastating.
And Jarrett Stidham after the first quarter, I mean, the first drive was electric. The first drive was making me reconsider why I even put any money on the Patriots winning the football game. But then after that first drive, after the first quarter, he had 26 dropbacks that netted him 37 total yards of offense. The Broncos could not run the ball. And if there's anything that I take away from this game as a whole, holistic, long-term view of Denver, is why they can't run the football. They have an awesome offensive line, and we've seen awesome offensive lines in the past, like Philadelphia. It doesn't matter if you have Miles Sanders, Saquon Barkley, you're going to have an amazing rushing attack. DeAndre Swift.
Our coordinator, what's his name? Jeff? No, not Jeff. It's somebody.
Offensive line coach?
Yeah.
Jeff Stoutland?
Yeah, shout out to him, man.
If you go and look at Dallas, they had a 1,000-yard rusher every year, no matter if he came off the streets or he's there now. I mean, the tradition still holds. Tony Pollard going from Henrico Dowdle then to Javonte Williams, they can run the ball. Denver has an awesome offensive line, and with JK, the run game was solid, but it wasn't ever consistent. And when RJ Harvey, I mean, they completely dropped off a cliff. Like, they could not run the football at all. And it's hard to ask a backup quarterback to go in there with no run game and limited receiver weapons and playing that type of weather and play well. So I think Denver, it's a missed opportunity for them. I think it's a what if for New England. Listen, I'll credit their defense like no other.
It's been amazing.
They've allowed 28 points in 3 playoff games. Or I should say, yeah, it is 28 points in 3 playoff games. Or I think it's 20. It's actually 26. 26 points in 3 playoff games. That's the lowest since the 2000 Ravens. They're allowing 8.6 points per game in these NFL playoffs. Every metric would point to this defense playing at an outstanding level, a level that I did not think was possible or capable by them. But all this talk about New England going through a rough path in the postseason because analytics show that Drake May is statistically facing, and the only quarterback that has faced 3 top 5 defenses in the postseason and won, I think is misconstrued. It's misguided because that would then insinuate that the offense overcame that said defense. That offense has not overcome these defenses. The Chargers, you can argue, Drake May had a lot of yardage in that game. He also had a lot of turnovers, but against the Texans and the Broncos, those 2 defenses shut them down. They averaged about 3 yards per play, a little more than 3 yards per play. They have the lowest amount of offensive points when you combine a wild card divisional round and conference championship combined en route to a Super Bowl, with 47 offensive points scored in these 3 games. That defense has dominated inept offenses. The Chargers, they have Herbert, but the offensive line is the worst in football. CJ Stroud, no Nico. Dalton Schultz goes out. Offensive line is weak. And then the conference championship, a backup quarterback in Jarrett Stidham. The defense has been responsible for this run. How impressive is it? I am very impressed by the level of defense that they're playing right now. I'm taking nothing away from it. But when you couple in the fact that their offense hasn't overcome these challenges, when you take into consideration that the defense, while playing amazing and elite, they've played inept offenses, it does feel a little like they're not as good as a team that would usually make the Super Bowl. But if they win and beat Seattle, it doesn't matter because Seattle is the best team in football. They're the best team in the league to me. And obviously coming out the NFC, many people would have the same opinion, but that is a complete football team that I think has little to no weakness. So if New England beats them, then, I mean, what can you say? But the run to get here, it did feel a little underwhelming, although I think at the same time, impressive, very impressed by what they were able to do defensively.
Well, the Patriots offense had the same e-paper play in these playoffs as the Jets in the regular season. Their offense has been terrible. The only bright spot's really been Ramondre Stevenson. Ramondre Stevenson has turned back the clock and has looked like the best version of himself that I've really ever seen. I think the only thing Broncos fans could nitpick is just going for it on 4th and 1 on like the opponent 10-yard line or whatever. I think that's the only thing you can really be mad at.
Have we even spoken about that?
No, we haven't.
And passing the ball instead of running it.
Yeah.
That is the only thing. Why we didn't sneak, give it to RJ Harvey. I love the call. I may be in the minority in this. I loved it. Going for it, not passing. We're rolling. We moving the ball downfield easily. Fuck it. 2 touchdown lead. But I get the vision
you're making is that even in a game in which they had a backup quarterback, game management kind of cost him this game too.
I mean, that's the one area we talk a lot about. See, there's different head coaches, and the one area Vrabel excels in, has always excelled in, is game management and clock management. He did it against the Texans, even against the Broncos, when it comes to subbing players out when they have 1 second on the clock to kill the clock. I mean, the Patriots were so conservative in this game, especially in the fourth quarter. There was like a 3rd and 8, and Drake May just rolled out and threw the ball out of bounds. They're like, we're not gonna be able to pass the ball. We just can't have a turnover and be a pick 6 or something drastic. They were just so conservative because they knew on the other side, with the weather and the quarterback play, that the Broncos aren't going to be able to move the ball, right? Like, it's going to be really difficult for them to even pick up a first down, let alone get in field goal range, especially with the weather. So, yeah, I think that's really the only thing Broncos fans can be mad at looking back at. It's like, yeah, do you take the 3 there? Especially, I would hope someone on the Broncos sideline is telling Sean Payton, this coaching staff, like, listen, the second half, the weather's going to get shitty. Like, we should take our points now while we have it. I'm sure they have someone, in their ear saying what the weather's going to be like, even though I don't think it was expected to be that bad. But even still, for the first 3 quarters of this game, when the weather wasn't bad or the snow was just starting, like, each team had a drive, right? And Patriots fans, I think, very, respectfully feel that, like, they have to defend Drake May. I get that. Like, he's your pride and joy, might win MVP, year 2 quarterback. We could be honest, like, he hasn't played well. Like, he's played great defenses. He's had moments in every game, the flea flicker, the game stealing play that he called his own number on the boot. He's had big plays, the booty touchdown. Like, he's had big plays and big moments in all these individual games. But if Drake May has this playoff performance for the rest of his career, he'll probably never win a playoff game again. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's played really poorly, and the defense has just been lights out awesome. So you can't really sit here and, be upset at New England. I think Patriots fans are just really trying to protect Drake May, which I understand, but it's hard for me to sit here as someone who's praised Drake May all season long. And of course, coming into this season, how great he's going to be and be anything other than like, yeah, no, he's been underwhelming, right?
So you think in this moment right now, he deserves criticism? He
does deserve criticism. They've been winning. And if you want to just take everything into context, year 2 player, we shouldn't be here. Defense was going up against, if that's kind of like the picture you want to paint, all right, like cool. But I think if we give Drake May all of this praise as we did for 17 weeks, half of us had him as an MVP, then I don't think it's fair to just all of a sudden do a 180 in the playoffs and be like, hold on, guys, like, this is only a 23-year-old quarterback. Like, no, you were playing exceptional for 17 weeks. Regardless of defense, maybe outside of Houston, because that is for real one of the best defense I've seen in the last few years. I'm expecting you to go out in Denver and put up 17 points. I'm expecting you against the Chargers to be more consistent, not have some of the turnovers. Like, I was just expecting more Drake May in this playoff run. And if he goes in Seattle and they somehow win this game, I think it's all forgotten for the most part, right or wrong, because a lot of other quarterbacks in situations, if you have that game week 1 against the Chargers, you don't even get to see round 2, round 3.
It doesn't matter if he wins it all. It doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. Is what you're saying, right? It doesn't matter.
Yes, if he goes out there and wins the Super Bowl, nobody's really going to care what he did for the first 3 weeks.
I agree. I disagree with the notion that he deserves criticism because, listen, he has not played well by his standards in a regular season. I also just think that game script and who they've been playing in the playoffs has attributed to him being a little bit more protected with the football. Like, I think it was on full display against Denver.
Denver definitely, once the weather got really bad.
The game plan was, listen, bro, we don't need you to do too much. The defense is awesome. Just don't turn over the ball.
But for 3 quarters, they had 7 points and he had like 100 total yards, if that.
They only had 2 offensive drives that went for first downs outside in 12.
Yeah, they were played awful. Amazing.
It was great.
They were awful offensively, and they have been in these playoffs. I think against the Chargers, they were a little bit better than like just terrible. He had 300 total yards of offense in that game. But overall, I think, like, yeah, other quarterbacks don't get this sort of luxury and leash to play poorly and win playoff games. They also have not been with the team that Drake May's with right now. Like, it's a situation only exclusive to him where he has to manage the game in a type of way that, he's made winning plays too.
I agree. The only
game
I disagree with is the Houston game, because that was a 1-possession game in the fourth quarter. It was a 1-possession game here too, but the weather and everything, we kind of knew like it's gonna be really hard. The Houston game though, even still, I know the score ended up being like 20-16 or something. It was a 1-possession game, and Kayshon Boutte makes the catch of the year one-handed. If not, potentially Houston goes and gets the ball again. So that's the only game I would disagree with. But yeah, the Chargers game, the Chargers had 3 points. And this game, when you're playing backup quarterback and it starts being a blizzard in the fourth quarter, I can't be too mad.
The only reason why I'm not fully on the anti-Drake May wave is for the sole fact he's gone up against one of the best defense, top 5 defense in the Chargers, the best defense in the league, in my opinion, in Houston, and a top 3 defense in the league in the Denver Broncos on the road at that fact in horrendous weather down the stretch of this game. Now, for 2.5 quarters, it wasn't what it was towards the end of the game. Should he have played a little bit better against us, given the way that Josh played against us? I think that's fine. That's fair to say. But this road that he's gone up against, especially given the fact that Josh's offensive line is significantly better than Drake May's. Drake May's offensive line, being putrid, was on full display in every single game this postseason.
Yeah.
We got 5 sacks against him. Again, people were trying to victory lap me saying, well, good take here, bro. Broncos really did a good job here. Everything I said prior to the game was correct.
He's taken 15 sacks in 3 games.
Everything I said was right. The Broncos were going to get after him. We were going to get pressure. We were going to make him uncomfortable. We were going to be the best version of ourselves defensively. The only thing that didn't happen was the extra touchdown from Stidham. Yeah. And the difference in that was Sean Payton going for it on 4th down and kicking the 3. But can you have trusted that Will Lutz, like even in hindsight now, people want to say you should have taken your 3. Will Lutz missed 2 kicks.
Yeah.
He missed 2 kicks.
That was a gimme though. The other one was like 50.
The one was 50 that he shanked to the right. Fine. The second one, the third one he missed. I'm sorry. The block. The blocked kick.
I mean, it's a block.
That I guess, but
Will Lutz probably has like a 95% chance of making the kick we're talking about.
I don't know,
but
what
you
said.
15-mile-an-hour winds.
Was this the first quarter though? It was early.
No, you're saying the first
one.
one.
The final kick was definitely bad.
The first one he should have made.
Yeah. No, once we got to the 3rd, 4th quarter.
But the one that he missed was before the half.
Yeah, it was like 50 yards.
For Will Lutz, respectfully, he should make that. He has been money all season long. I've seen him make game-winning kick after game-winning kick. He wasn't himself.
It goes back to what Riv said when he was previewing the game. He said the team that has more turnovers is gonna lose the game.
Insane. We had 1 and lost.
1-0. Sometimes
that's all it took.
I guess 2 if you want to count the Christian Gonzalez
we
one.
could talk about these kicks all we want.
Hilarious, you know.
The biggest swing in the game was Stidham's fumble. That was the biggest swing in the game. What did you think, Riv?
I just, you know what it is? Like hearing you guys talk about it and, you know, you saying it's okay to criticize him. You saying he doesn't deserve, you know, all this criticism. I don't think the conversation needs to be too long. You know, he didn't play well. The Broncos had a backup quarterback. The weather conditions were horrible in the second half. Neither team could move the ball. The Patriots ended up winning the game. They were a little bit more conservative. You know, I think Drake May has not. I think obviously the big story is Drake May hasn't had a good playoff game. You know, and I think, you know, sometimes okay. I think he's 23, 24, year 2. You know, it is what it is.
Doesn't define him by any means.
Doesn't at all. And
that's why I don't think it's a big deal. Like,
but it is because in the sense of Houston's not going anywhere. The Chargers aren't going anywhere. You know, Denver isn't going anywhere. These are going to be the same 3 teams next year back in the saddle, definitely hovering in the playoffs. So these are going to be teams you're going to have to face more or less probably routinely, or at least one of them you'll have to see again. You know, obviously New England has an opportunity to up the roster and, you know, play and, you know, add more pieces to the roster on the offensive line and more weapons and whatnot. But these defenses are not going anywhere. Like Houston's going to bring everybody back. Denver has a ton of money to spend and they'll bring most of their guys back. The Chargers have money to spend and they're going to bring some guys back. So it's like, these are stout defenses that you have to see. I just think it's a good learning curve. I think play this bad, you literally can't play any worse than this. Like I think Drake May is only going to go up from here. I don't fully agree with if he beats Seattle, it doesn't matter because
it doesn't. Bro.
No, Joe. I'll be honest with you. He's celebrating a championship.
No, he is, but like I
MVP.
don't think that mindset for me. I think it's stupid because you don't make it to the Super Bowl every year. You don't. So to say because he beat an NFC team when you have to play 3 times or 2 times
games.
You know, I'm saying but next year you're gonna have to go through the AFC gauntlet again. You don't get lucky 2 times in a row. You know, you don't get to have a lights out defense, or if we're being realistic, some quarterbacks have CTE and struggle and just make bonehead decisions. Like that doesn't happen 2 times in a row. Like teams are going to come back. Teams are going to be better. I think Drake may be better too. It's not even like a slight on him. Just with Denver, you kind of feel bad, you know, because it's a team that was rolling. Then Bo Nix miraculously breaks a bone in his foot. Yeah, like I think the game was very clear to me that Bo Nix is in the game. They win the game. Like
Probably comfortably.
Say that shit out
there was
loud.
like whether
Say
it,
that shit out
it
loud
feels
to
like
me
a
right now.
16-7
So I
all
can
day
get
vibe
hard.
or whatever it was. But it feels like if Bo Nix was in the game, they win that game. Truthfully, like respectfully.
You're
So
fucking funny.
yeah, like for me, it just. I don't have any real feelings about this game. Like New England's going to the Super
But
Bowl.
here's the thing,
They're
dude.
young.
I just feel like
Damn
listen,
if you
bro.
do, damn if you don't right now.
Listen,
you know
bro,
that.
Drake May, whatever, like he didn't play that well. I just feel like at least my takeaway was most of the offensive ineptitude that came from the game is not Drake May not being good. It's more so eye-opening to the supporting cast that he has.
We've
This is
known
under-
this.
Yeah, and
mean,
it's
yes
being
and no.
exposed in the playoffs.
for sure. But that was to be expected,
But then
no?
that goes to what Dels is saying is you can't be an MVP for 17 weeks. You can't uplift
Well, he
everything.
can. He
No,
was.
listen, no, you can't. No, this is listen. You've been an MVP for 17 weeks. Everybody has yelled,
Talk.
you've uplifted the system.
Talk.
So when it's time to actually uplift the system, it can't be, oh, look at the weapons he has. It can't be that.
That's
you
fair.
You can't have your cake and eat it too. It can't be both
100%
things.
fair.
Either you've had this situation all year and this, that, and the third, and in the playoffs, you understand that situation, or he's been, and when it's just been a fact, he's been able to uplift him. Okay, fair. I don't think it's wrong for at least one of these games to ask Dre May to uplift him. He's been doing it for 17
I thought
games.
against the Chargers he was fine.
Yeah, well, the Chargers was just so horrible. He really didn't need to be
Chargers
great.
game, I thought he performed well,
fine,
had some
yeah.
big
Well, I
plays.
thought that he
Justin
made
Herbert was just worse.
No,
Way
like
worse.
horrendous.
a
3
quarterback
points.
that
He actually
uplifts
didn't
is
do
a
it.
quarterback that does more than what any other quarterback can do in that given moment. I feel like Drake May has made plays in the postseason that has put his team in position to win. The scramble for a first down that ended up icing the game for New England was a play that he called on his own accord. Even though before the game, the numbers might not scream at you, they weren't the best, when it was time to uplift and call a play and call his own number, he uplifted that situation and he secured them and clinched them a chance to go to the Super
one
Bowl.
play doesn't
And
deviate 4 quarters.
I'm not saying that Drake May is the most to praise in the Patriots playoff run. That's far from the truth. Listen, I think he's largely responsible for the regular season success. I think the Patriots defense is largely responsible for the postseason success. This does not make me view Drake May any different.
No.
He's struggling in the playoffs because he's gone up against some elite level defenses that have shut down a lot of offenses this season too. You know, Houston, we were talking about them being an all-time defense,
100%.
and he made a play on 4th down to DeMario Douglas that ended up being a touchdown. And hey, listen, booty, hell of a catch. Drake May, it's a nice throw too. It wasn't a terrible throw. I mean, he put it in a position where it's an all-pro corner can't get it because you can't put it
Keyshawn
anymore
Booty caught
inside.
it with one
The
hand.
catch
Like,
was
what the fuck are you talking about?
the catch
the ball
was
used to be in the
it was-
vicinity.
yeah,
95% catch, 5% throw.
okay.
5% throw.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine
I'll
with
give
that.
it more
it's
like
a 5%
70-30, but it was all Keyshawn.
I don't
And
know.
I-
He was laid out.
Bro, it was
one
nuts.
hand,
Like, that's Derek
somehow
Stingley.
controlled
Like,
that.
the DeMario Douglas play, cool. Yeah, but
That's a nice
the
throw, yeah.
Keyshawn one, I
So
don't know.
I think that he has uplifted the team in moments. He hasn't been the sole reason why they're in this position. And listen, I think if he plays a poor game against Seattle, I don't see New England's defense being able to shut down Seattle's offense like they have these other AFC teams. So they will need a better Drake May game going
Will
forward.
they?
100%. 100%.
Unless you're predicting
No,
Sam Darnold to melt
how
down.
I look at it is they have not needed a Drake May performance. They've just needed their defense
they have not
to cause.
played-
No, but they just needed their defense, is what I'm about to say,
for sure.
to cause turnovers. If they make Sam Darnold cause turnovers.
This offense is 10 times better than any offense.
No,
in the league so far.
I agree.
That's what I was gonna say.
Amazing offense.
100%. But I don't like Drake May. I don't think he's
Hey,
going to play
listen,
good against Seattle.
Listen, on
Not
the
many
chance,
teams have, except
I mean,
Stafford.
I know the Seattle Seahawks defense is different. Listen,
Yeah, Stafford's really the
I
only
agree
one.
with
Mm-hmm.
you in you saying that, like, yeah, if the Patriots defense shows up once again, which they have shown to do in the
They can.
playoffs,
They can.
you know, the offense might not need to do much to win the game. Listen, you never know. You just never know how people are going to play in a game like this. It's up in the air.
It's going to be
neutral zone,
weird. No weather.
Football games the entire season have been weird. Things have happened that we have not expected. What I'm simply saying is that, listen, I think Drake May, if people are trying to overly praise him and use a lot of quarterback win stats to push certain propaganda, then I disagree. I don't think every run is made the same. I don't think just because Drake May would become one of the few second-year quarterbacks to win a Super Bowl, he would be in the same conversation as like a Dan Marino who didn't win it but got there, and his pathway to playing to get there was much better. So I think that's a little bit different. You know, I think it'd be disingenuous to label Drake May an elite playoff performer if he doesn't play well against Seattle, and for the postseason he just didn't play well. Like I think it'd be disingenuous, but overall I think for what the team has needed him to do, I think he's been able to do it. And
from
me,
1 to 10, rate his play.
I think his play has been a 5.
That's
All right,
insane.
so then I can't say that you're free of criticism then.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's not free of criticism. I'm just saying I don't.
I feel
at
like a
least for
5 is
me,
you're playing average.
I don't
5
think
is dog shit.
Five's pretty poor. Five's
like-
below average. I guess
I don't
worse than
think that
average.
he's
Yeah,
also,
5 is
I don't think
average.
he's deserving of ultimate praise either, because I don't think he's the reason why they got to the Super Bowl.
I agree.
But you know, for the entirety of the season, I think he has
Like,
his
is
part.
this a Mickey Mouse run? The only way that you could say that this is a Mickey Mouse run is for the sole fact Bo Nix got hurt. Other than that, you played up against the Chargers, who've been relatively consistent. You had an advantage over them. You played up against Houston. You had an advantage over them. Now, the one thing you could say is, well, what happens if they were to have played the Bills? Would it have been the same story? But you can't live in that world. The Bills lost to the Broncos. The Bills handled the Broncos
They
handled
put
their
up 30
business.
points on you guys.
Exactly. But
Two
we handled
games
our business.
back to back decided by a play.
It's just Bo Nix didn't play. So if fans want to go ahead and run with that, I'm fine with it. I love Bo Nix. That'll make me happy because Lord
Yeah.
knows I want him to get all the love that he
Even
deserves.
then, it wouldn't matter. The Patriots are in the big game right now.
Exactly. They're in the Super Bowl.
Shout out to them.
None of that matters.
I think. Sorry, not to cut you off. I think the only way you could call it Mickey Mouse is if you're just looking at Drake May. Like, you can't take anything away from the Patriots because defensively, this has been one of the best defensive playoff runs we've ever seen with all the
100%.
turnovers they're creating. So, yeah, the only way is like, oh, yeah, you know, Drake May, if you put him in any other situation with these performances, he probably loses. But, I mean, the defense
Life
has
isn't
been
fair.
so
No,
great.
the Mickey is the Denver game. It's like how
That's
people.
it.
It's like how people look at Kawhi's run and they say, "Well, Clay and KD got hurt in the finals." All it takes is one injury and one big game, and you're like, "It's Mickey." And it's Mickey things every year. It happens almost every year.
Still,
make
nobody
an
cares that
excuse
for,
for any
Kawhi.
game.
Agreed, but nobody cares that Clay and KD got hurt. They just say Kawhi. Nah, Golden State fans care.
No,
NBA fans don't really give a fuck that Kawhi had
I don't-
one of the better runs and won a championship. He won a championship in
I don't care that
Toronto.
they got hurt really at all.
No, it's one of the best.
No, I
runs
don't.
of
I'm
all
not
time.
saying you do, but I'm saying what I've seen on the media and stuff. And
You've
people,
seen people care?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Really?
You can see
Easily.
anything if you want to look for it. You know what I mean?
You
It's,
can.
it's the it's the biggest. It's the biggest. What's the word I want to use? It's the biggest series of the entire run.
But none of us are
You know?
giving Drake May an exorbitant amount of praise.
No.
No, I don't
You
think
shouldn't.
so.
You shouldn't give him praise.
Yeah, nobody. I don't
shouldn't.
think anybody here has been like Drake May is awesome in the playoffs.
No. It's just Patriots fans that
There's
are.
nothing we
I've
can
been in their
say.
feelings. Just like.
Well, Patriots fans,
my
I can
quarterback, which
understand.
I get.
But I can also understand them being in their feelings because people picked them to lose against the Chargers. People picked them to lose against the Texans.
They're fans at the end of the day. That's what it is.
No, 100%. But at the same time, a lot of people
have every right to
slept
act
on
like
the
this.
Patriots to get
No, that's
here
right. That's
when
definitely
they
right.
won the second most games in the AFC.
I'm willing to argue the Patriots fans didn't even feel like they could do this.
Some of them probably.
So,
But also, funny enough, coming into the season, people thought Drake May would be good, but they thought that the defense would be the backbone of this team. True or false? Coming into the season.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone was expecting them to win 14 games.
I just
either
thought
way.
their schedule would be easy so
Yeah.
they'd get into the playoffs.
Fair
I thought
enough.
I thought you'd get both. That Drake May
I
would
didn't view
play like a
them-
top 10, 15-ish level.
Yeah.
And
I didn't
Really?
view
Top
them as a
10 coming into
contender.
the year you
Maybe
thought could
top
I thought he could
happen?
play at a top 10 level coming into the year.
Yeah.
I mean, Drake May was always going to break out this
I don't know.
year.
You had Aaron Rodgers over him.
Aaron Rodgers is a legend. He led the Steelers to the
He was
playoffs with
always
nobody.
going to
Oh
be
my
top
God.
10 this year?
No, I
Drake
said
May
he
was
could
always gonna
play-
break out
I thought
this
he
year.
could play at a top 10 level this year.
This was
I
always
mean,
going to be Drake May's
which is
breakout year.
basically like
in my
can be a
opinion.
borderline top 10 guy.
I
Sure,
mean, he
can see
also
that.
just went above and beyond. So,
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
fair.
Bro,
Yeah.
he did a lot with nothing last year.
100%. I'm 100%.
That's why this year, even if it was a marginal upgrade in offense, just the fact that it was well coached, I thought he was going to break out. You know, that's why the Patriots made the playoffs for me. But I didn't predict them to go this far. No, this is out of the realm of anybody's possibility. I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy. 4-win team that did it. And the Seahawks, they were doubted in a different way. It was kind of like a playoff team
we've seen it twice.
trading
happen.
its best two players and then being like, how are they going to be any better than last year? But Seattle beating the Rams 31-27. Talk about a thrilling 3-game trilogy we got from these two teams. They were fantastic.
I was sick.
I really can't say enough good things about Matthew Stafford and the way that he's played against this defense for 2 games in a row. He's played well against them for all 3 games, but really the last 2, he just took his
been perfect.
quarterback
They questioned
play
my goat. They
to a
questioned
different
Hey, you
level.
saw him on Instagram posting like he's a Seattle fan?
Oh no,
First time?
Yeah, fucking nuts.
A lot of Seahawks fans have adopted me, man. Shout out to y'all, man.
You're just an
Shout out
adopted
to
baby
y'all.
at this point.
You
Yeah,
are.
I'm just whoever is.
You're
doing
a
good in the
fucking
moment. I'm
whore,
there.
bro.
I'm there, bro.
You're
there.
a slut.
I'm going to the parade, bro. I'm going to it.
In Seattle?
Nah, I'm playing. I wouldn't go. Maybe I'll go to see the Needle, and then I'll go to Seattle and I'll check out the parade and stuff. But Matthew Stafford was literally perfect. I couldn't ask nothing more from Stafford outside of maybe being better on 3rd downs because that's where he struggled. But for the most part, for him to play that well against a defense like that was insane. Sean McVay called a great game. His fastball was there. Puka Nacua, at this point in time, I'm starting to question whether or not this is one of the 5 best big game wide receivers I've ever seen in my
Talk to
life.
him.
Puka Nacua, it doesn't matter when, where.
Nope.
It's a big game.
Yep.
He's going to show
He's
up.
a legend.
He's going to show up. Last game
It tends
against...
to happen when your quarterback shows up.
You're taking away from Puka Nacua.
That,
though.
don't
that's-
do
it's
that.
not- it's literally a correlation. If Stafford shows up 9 times out of 10, who else is going to show up?
Stafford shows up 9 times out of 10.
Puka's going to show up.
Stafford can show up how he can show up because Puka shows up how he shows up.
They show up together. It's the perfect correlation.
Nah, Odell Beckham against Green Bay didn't show up. Eli Manning did.
Eli's a gamer.
Okay, Stafford is an all-timer.
Stafford shows up, Puka shows
He
up.
did, but
Puka's-
not.
no, no,
It
no.
doesn't
You act
necessarily
like
mean
No,
exactly.
Puka's
you guys
relying
just taking
on
negative
Stafford
because
to
there's something
show
wrong
up.
with you guys. Nothing
The
wrong
way
with
you
He's a
me.
big
said
game
it
player.
was a little.
Nah,
that
he's
was
just mad because his
discrediting.
boy CD Lamb don't show up
He's
in these
home.
moments.
Well, because
No, he's
Dak
home.
doesn't
Big
show
mo-
up. It's
what
nothing I can do
about
about
week
that.
1 game? What about
He had
week 1?
140 that week.
He dropped multiple
And he
passes that
still
mattered.
had a buck
And
40.
he dropped passes.
He still had
Puka
a
doesn't
buck
drop
40.
that. Puka doesn't drop that.
We-
He doesn't drop
He
that.
beat
Puka
them.
clears him.
That's fine. I don't care.
You
He
do care.
clears him.
Okay.
You do
Clears
care.
him. It's not even a
Is
conversation.
JSN's over CD too?
Yeah, easily.
I had both them over CD.
Where's the correlation in the conversation? Where's the correlation
Well,
in the
JSN's
conversation?
a big game performer too.
He is.
Let's not forget about the game he had.
Both.
JSN was
He had 100
ridiculous.
yards in the first
He
half.
probably had a
He
better
fuck-
game than Puka. It was
He fucking
close.
destroyed.
It was it
Tomato,
was
tomato.
close.
You know, like I would probably slightly lean
But yeah,
Puka,
man.
but Jason
So
won.
if I say Sam Darnold shows up, JSN shows up, you gonna have the
Well,
same
honestly,
approach?
JSN has
JSN
90%
always
of
shows
the
up.
yards. It
Yeah.
feels like every week
Yeah,
because
yeah,
no one else gets that
JSN
damn
has
ball.
not showed up in previous matchups because Sam Darnold didn't show up.
I was gonna say, but JSN also the first game that they played, he had 94 yards and they lost because Sam Darnold had 4 turnovers. So JSN did show up while
Type
Darnold
shit?
didn't.
Type shit.
Yeah, JSN, he's a big game player too.
Type shit, type
He's
shit, type
he's
shit.
so
JSN had
good.
0 yards in the first half against Seattle.
Yeah.
Against the Rams in the
Yeah.
second game. He finished the game with 90 yards and a touchdown.
Type shit.
These teams are just so good, man. The 3 games were separated by 8 points total. The last 2 games were separated by 5 points
Something
total.
like that, yeah.
It's just unbelievable the matchups that they've been able to get into. The Seahawks come out victorious the last 2 times, and I think in large part due to first game special teams, but just talking about this game, the play of Sam Darnold.
Fucking Rams defense fucking sold.
And the Rams, listen, they got their own problems. Offseason preview for them. You know, they need cornerback help, and
They need
that's really
special
it.
teams help.
Special teams need new people,
Mike,
new coordinators.
everything.
For second game for the division, essentially, Rashid Shaheed, punt return touchdown, special teams play. In this game, Xavier Smith, it is muffing a
Unbelievable.
punt. That possession could have shifted the game for the Rams because they just stopped Seattle's offense coming out of the half. It would have been a huge momentum swing, and they were not able to stop LA. But man, it's just poetic justice that all year long, Sam Darnold was doubted. This elite defense is going to have to carry. What
Fair.
people thought would have to happen for Drake May, the opposite. Drake May carries this team, and he doesn't elevate his play. You know, Sam Darnold, for him to have 300 plus yards, 3 passing touchdowns, be money on third down, have the ball with about 5 minutes left, and milk down the clock and make sure Matthew Stafford doesn't see it because he makes a pair of throws, one to Cooper Kupp, he makes one to JSN too. You know, Sam Darnold proved He's a big game quarterback. What I've been trying to tell you guys about when I saw him in the Rose Bowl,
Oh my God.
he came
Don't
up clutch.
take this fucking victory lap on Sam Darnold for the love of God.
Sam
Your
Darnold.
confidence level in him coming to the playoffs was at a fucking 5.
My confidence level in Sam Darnold showing up
Was a 5.
was amazing.
It was a 5.
It was amazing. I had to be
Don't
objective
victory
in that
lap
moment.
it.
But the faith, the person that I believe
believed
in Sam,
him, yes.
I believe
You
that
did.
Sam could do this.
You did.
And the thing
Credit.
is with and this is
How
what
does
I
that
really
work?
want to say.
I don't know, but
You
I'll
haven't
give him
met a
credit
5, but you believe in
also
him?
he went into the ball game pod. Shout out. And that was where he got his Seattle Super Bowl pick from. He could not find no fucking clip of him on Pick a Side podcast. Him saying Seattle was a
Well,
Super Bowl
no,
pick.
he picked a lot of teams on
picked
Pick
like
a Side
4.
Pod, just not
Yeah.
Seattle.
I'll give you
the Patriots
credit.
was one of his teams.
It
though.
was. It
Patriots,
was.
Broncos,
It was.
Jags.
The Super Bowl
Don't
pick.
forget the
Bills.
Bills are supposed to beat us.
The
I'll give
Super
you-
Bowl pick, we never made on the podcast. None of us did, actually. You didn't make one. You
No,
didn't make
you
one.
were
You
just
didn't make one.
objectively saying it.
My pick from week 1 had always been the Rams.
Yes.
I was wrong.
You were on the Broncos. You had the Broncos.
Broncos going for sure.
You didn't have them winning.
Never had them winning.
We never did a Super Bowl bracket. On their show, they did a Super Bowl bracket, and we went through the bracket together.
No, but
so
you
I'm
were
just
saying
like, my winner was Seattle.
you were saying like the Jags can make the Super Bowl, and then you said somebody
yeah,
else.
can make it
And
not
then-
win
Jags,
it.
yeah.
Broncos,
Yeah,
Jets.
My
and
Super
then you
Bowl,
said Bills after they beat the Jags, the Bills are going to make the Super
yeah,
Bowl.
because
He
the
did
Bills
have
just
4
beat my
AFC
best.
representatives.
he did.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
did.
But I
But-
think you only had one in the NFC to give him credit.
No, he had Green Bay. You can never, ever.
I didn't pick Green Bay to
he
make the
had
Super Bowl.
Green Bay
I didn't
in
pick
the
Green Bay to win
summer,
the
like
Super
how
Bowl.
Drew had the Rams.
Okay, sure.
And that one
in
flopped.
the summer, yes.
Facts.
In the summer
Can't
before
forget
Mike
that.
Parsons.
Micah, you still were like, I don't know, man.
No. Yeah, as a fan, I'm like,
Fifth
yeah, I hope they can do it. I hope. The same way Drew said that Stidham could beat the Patriots.
I was close.
He was closer than you were.
So
What do you
much
mean
closer.
And I was
What do
right.
you mean? We lost by one possession.
What I said about the game was
Green Bay
spot
lost in the
on.
first round.
It was
Bro,
perfect.
we lost by one possession.
Green Bay lost in the first
But we
round.
lost
They
by
got
one
to the
possession.
AFC
Like
championship
they
game
were
and
right
lost by
there.
3.
We
Yeah,
lost
but
by
we
3
choked, though.
points.
You would have had to win
choked.
3 more games.
Bro, you won 9
Two.
games and you was lost in the first round.
Two. Wait, the Packers.
No, you had to win the first game, then the divisional, then the conference to get to the Super
No,
Bowl.
no, the wild card divisional in the conference.
3,
Yeah,
yeah,
You
three
wasn't
games.
But no,
close.
the Packers after Michael went down was never my Super Bowl pick at all. I didn't pick them not once. Against the Bears, I did pick them, but I wasn't gonna pick them no more after that.
You weren't going to pick them against the Rams?
Against Seattle, they were gonna play Seattle. It's the 7 seed versus the 1 seed.
True.
Yeah, I know. Hell no. Seattle's
That's
a
a
better
cop
football
out. He
team.
was gonna take Seattle. That's a
No,
cop out.
we never did a
knew he
bracket.
was.
I don't know what your Super Bowl pick was. Maybe it was the Eagles or something. I don't know.
Well, I think me and Drew picked our teams, bro.
I picked the Rams.
So you just picked your teams. I mean,
Rams
I'm
are always
sure,
my
you
pick.
know. But no, listen, man. Sam Darnold was
My shit's
exceptional.
the same every year. Bills, Eagles.
It is. You're basic.
Nah.
It's very,
But
no
I get
change.
Sam Darnold was unbelievable. I
He
mean,
was. Flowers to him.
I know you thought that Brock Purdy was going to outplay him
Oh,
multiple
fuck.
times
Yep. Knew
on the
this
way
was
here,
coming.
and it didn't
It was
happen.
inevitable. We were
You
getting
probably
him
thought
mad.
Matthew Stafford
We
would
got you
outplay
all
him
mad.
too.
Brock-
It didn't
Brock-
happen.
He
Brock-
deserved. He's
Brock-
fucking crazy.
Brock has a Super Bowl appearance before Jordan Love.
Oh.
We're talking about Sam Darnold.
Your team.
Oh.
Why are you
Your
switching
team.
the subject?
He's
I have
going to your team.
I gotta get
No,
a win.
why are you switching the
I
subject?
gotta get a win.
No, we're talking about
I
Seattle.
gotta get a
'Cause
win.
You've been very violent and adamant towards
Talk to
Seattle
him.
being overrated.
Well, he
Seattle being
bitched all
overrated.
over.
You've been very rude. You've been very rude.
They got me on their video.
Every
They do.
every
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
Nah, when you said when Brock Purdy bends y'all over and fucks y'all, you deserve everything that Seattle fans want
Every
to say.
game that Seattle had to go through to get to this point, you said Sam Darnold meltdown, Sam Darnold meltdown. I don't trust Sam Darnold. He won't get it done. I
You
don't
also didn't
him.
trust Sam Darnold.
No, I never said what you said. You
never
said
said
he's
what
gonna
you
melt
said.
down.
I- You're so much harsher.
I'm
I never
aggressive and
said-
I got it.
disrespectful.
I'm sorry. You said when Brock Purdy bends y'all over and dicks y'all down. Dicks y'all down.
I'm disrespectful.
verbatim.
Yeah.
And with
go ahead,
Sam
though.
Darnold, and this is where it kind of pisses me off.
You went
'cause
too crazy.
He had to prove himself as a big game player.
Yes.
He did.
But ultimately, the way people had talked about him, you would make it seem like he's had no big games, which I've been trying to tell you. He's been second in game-winning drives since 2024. Did you know?
Not hear this. He's been
Joel,
telling
Joel,
us.
No,
there's a
did
reason
you
he was
know-
the 5. You
did-
didn't care about the game-winning
Did
drives
you
that
know?
much.
Literally
I
didn't
did.
give a
I did.
fuck.
I did.
Joel,
Did you
I'm
know?
with you. You know I'm with you, but
I'm
You're
with
not
you
with
too.
me.
I'm not with
Not
you.
with you.
I'm happy that your pick was ultimately correct. You picked Seattle all the way here.
Did you think
were-
I thought Seattle was going to beat the Rams because they were going to shut them down? I mean, Sam
Kind
Sam
of?
Darnold needed to play well.
Kind of.
And I
You
said
were very
Sam Darnold.
To be
confident
fair,
about the
Stafford
I think
played
we
whole
will,
world.
I
He
think
was
we
awesome.
will
Yeah.
see a good version of Darnold because at no point in these playoffs yet have I said I think we don't see a good version of Sam Darnold. But what he did to the Rams in the conference championship,
you got to respect it.
it wasn't nothing
He's got
new.
both sides.
He doesn't miss.
22nd in 22nd in passer rating since 2024. He has 22 games of a 100 plus passer rating or more. That's elite. He has 6 games of 300 plus yards. He has almost a dozen games of 3 passing touchdowns. This was a normal Sam Darnold performance. A normal one.
It was far from normal. Far from normal.
Historically, since 2024 to now, it was a normal one.
It was far from normal.
He was amazing. You saw the Vikings go from 14 wins to 9 wins, and really the last couple wins they got were fraudulent. You saw them go from one of the top teams in the NFC to irrelevant a year later.
To be fair, if they had just below average quarterback play, they could make the playoffs. They just had the worst starter, maybe.
They went on
Sam Darnold. Yeah, that's the difference.
Their spot, Green Bay.
That's the difference. It's the 14 games, the 14 wins that
14 to 9.
you know. And he's not just been somebody that rode the coattails of these teams' success. He went and gave Minnesota their best regular season in franchise history.
100%.
He went and Seattle had their best franchise season in the regular season, the most wins they've had in the regular season. And he's been a part of that. 4,000 yards, and he's also fourth in big time throws in 2024 and fourth in big time throws in 2025. He's also that. Yeah, that's who Sam Darnold is.
I was being funny.
You can't say it and then run.
Hey, he led the league in turnovers.
He did.
He led the league in turnovers.
Sometimes you gotta sling that
What
shit.
do you have, 20?
Shit.
But you know what? You go out here, the biggest stage you have
Biggest
yet.
game of your life.
Quite simply, the biggest game of his life.
And outplayed a Hall of Fame quarterback.
I think they played the same.
It's hard
He
for me to
outplayed a
say
Hall of Fame
he
quarterback.
outplayed him.
I think they played the same.
I think
Sam
it was
Darnold,
potato-
if he wins this Super Bowl, is a Hall of Famer.
What?
He is.
How you
He is
figure?
a Hall of Famer if he wins the Super Bowl.
Nah.
Yes.
Wait, no. Wait, stop.
Yes.
Stop. You threw a fit. When Drew said Matthew Stafford was a Hall of Famer and Sam Darnold had less than what Stafford has now. And you're telling me if Sam Darnold wins one, he's a Hall of Famer.
I didn't throw a fit over Drew saying Stafford's a Hall of Famer. I threw a fit because he said he should be a Hall of Famer over Patrick Mahomes.
I don't know if 2 years of Sam Darnold and a Super Bowl gets him in the Hall of Fame. He's trajectory wise. If he does this for another 5, 6, 7 years, because he's still 28 years old, we can have a conversation.
He is now a 2-time Pro Bowler. He's not going to be in a Pro Bowl this year because he's going to the Super Bowl. But he's a 2-time Pro Bowler. One with the Vikings.
First team all Pac-12. That'd get him in. Pac-12 offensive freshman of the year. That'd help his case.
If he wins a Super Bowl MVP, I think he could get in there.
Dallas, 20,000 passing yards, 123 touchdowns, 82 interceptions, 62% completion
solid, bro. Google Joe Flacco's numbers right now.
Okay,
Please.
I got you.
Because that's what you just said.
We're going to compare him to Joe Flacco.
You just said Joe Flacco,
Oh, porn
Hall of
just
Fame.
popped up.
Joe Flacco ain't as good as Sam Darnold.
We're about to find out
Joe
right
Flacco
now.
had one of the greatest playoff runs in the history of football.
He's not. I don't think he's as good as Sam Darnold.
Sam's got 2 good years starting.
Joe
Great
Flacco.
years, top 10 level years. He's a top
Joe
10
Flacco
quarterback
has
since 2024.
28,000 more yards.
Yeah, he played
and over
well.
130
Now,
more
do me a
teams.
favor, go back to the year he won the Super Bowl.
Okay.
No, he had a perfect run, but Joe Flacco at no point in time.
Don't tell me the postseason stats. I'm just curious about his regular season numbers in that
What year
time.
was that, if you mind telling me?
Let's say, I think it was 2012.
What's his highest amount of touchdowns?
That's what I'm wondering. Correct.
Highest
I
amount.
think that's it. That we should just do that.
What passing touchdowns?
Highest amount is 27. 27.
So more
2014.
than Sam Darnold this season, less than he had last year.
Yeah, so Sam has the better passing
One
season.
singular season.
Yeah. Joe
Agreed.
Flacco has a lot of mid, bro.
Has there
true.
been any other quarterback with that 2 years in a Super Bowl gets you in the Hall of Fame outside of like Mahomes?
Mind you, no all pros, nothing.
I'm going
was
to be
Mahomes
honest,
putting
Joe.
up 5,000
Why did you
yards in
say
MVP.
this?
I think he.
Why did you say this?
Because I felt like it, honestly.
I
It was in my
respect it.
heart.
I get it.
I just felt like saying it.
you
Because in a world.
Well, no, like I get sometimes you just gotta let
Say
shit
it's
out.
not-
Just say
fine,
shit. Just
fine.
see what happens.
In a world where when we did a Keep 3 Cut 5 Philadelphia Eagles edition, Riv took Jalen Hurts knowing Donovan McNabb was going to be on there because Jalen Hurts has a Super Bowl.
How the fuck am I supposed to know if Donovan McNabb was going to be on there?
I think that
it's a fair argument.
What the hell?
would you pick McNabb or Jalen Hurts? Because you said there's one other quarterback, McNabb, but
Well,
I'm
Jalen
gonna go with
Hurts. Jalen Hurts is my quarterback. I'm not going to pick Donovan McNabb.
Okay. The
fair.
Super Bowl MVP elevates your trajectory in history significantly, substantially.
Yes.
Sam Darnold He's not going nowhere.
You're about to start lying.
He's not going nowhere.
I agree with you.
I think he is a top 10 quarterback in football.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's fucking insane. It's ridiculous.
Why do you have to do
Like,
this?
this is what he's getting to the
Sam
Hall of
Like,
Fame.
we can't just
Now, this
praise
is dumb
him.
funny.
We can't just be like, yo, Sam, you
And
just
this,
played
Drew, this is why I'm a dick.
I
Because
get it.
it's-
I get it.
when we go all the way
Because
through,
I was
we need a
about to
negative.
give him his
and I gotta be the
flowers.
negative.
I was about to sit here and be like, biggest moment of his career.
Now it's
He
second
went
biggest.
tit for tat with first ballot MVP, Hall of Famer
Why is Stafford the Hall
Matthew
of Fame?
Stafford.
What's the biggest reason why?
Well, now he has an MVP on top of everything that he's done. He's going to be top 10 in yards, top 10 in touchdowns, top 10 in
It
comeback
was announced
wins.
he's MVP.
Huh?
No,
was
it's not
announced?
confirmed.
No.
I know
but
he's first team.
Gonna
He
win.
won it on PFF, if that helps.
Hurts is a Hall of Famer.
Yo, that's a great fucking statement.
A lot of people will make an argument.
Nigga, he
What's
asking you.
What's your opinion on it?
I think if you want to have Hurts in there, then you have to have Sam in there.
No,
Well,
that's not the question.
That is my answer.
That's not the
That
question.
doesn't even
That's
make
simply
sense.
my answer.
All right.
Let's pretend the Sam Darnold statement doesn't exist. Joel Moran, Jalen Hurts, as we stand today, is he a Hall of Famer?
No.
Okay, so I don't know how Sam Darnold could be.
I don't think that Jalen Hurts is going to have a better next 5 years than Sam
That's
Darnold.
fine, but
You didn't say
but
in the
we're not
next 5
saying
years
that.
Sam
All
Darnold
right,
be a Hall of
sure,
Famer.
we're talking amongst men and amongst brothers. What I said to you guys was in the heat of the moment how
All right.
I believe. So
Fine.
that was
You know what? At that point,
Are we fucking serious?
No, I'll be honest. Fine.
we talk.
I'm good.
We talk as brethren.
This is Anthony Edwards' top 20 ever. Like,
Yeah.
fine.
Brother.
Joel,
All right,
yeah,
it's good.
Like another,
It's good.
It's
You're
another
good.
5+
No,
years.
listen,
You're good.
Okay,
We
we can
talk-
talk
You're
about
good.
it.
talk-
I'm with you.
We talk as
Anthony
brethren.
We're having a
Edwards, he
real
meant
moment.
that.
We're having a real
He
moment right
meant
now.
that.
We're having a real moment right now. He is
shit.
vulnerable.
Oh, okay, that's fine. But
I
A
meant
shit,
that.
he meant
I meant
that.
that.
And that wasn't a backtrack.
All right,
He
fine.
meant
It's looking
that.
great. He's the third youngest player ever to reach 10,000 points, right?
Devin Booker was on there at one point. I
He's
don't care.
literally number 4.
Yeah, I don't care.
I'm going to say this.
He's an all-time scoring
He
legend.
is.
Did
He
you
is.
say that?
He is.
You don't even believe that. Look
No,
at
I do now. Okay, listen. This is what I was gonna say.
I'm hearing him out now.
When we're talking as brethren,
I get
when
it,
I'm
bro.
talking to the fans, because when I'm talking to you guys, they're listening to everything I'm saying.
Easily.
For sure.
You know, things aren't always fully baked. Sometimes you got to put them in the oven for 5 to 10 minutes to bake. Yeah, I think that Sam Darnold, if he wins a Super Bowl and a Super Bowl MVP, I think Sam Darnold puts himself on a rocket ship strapped to his back, launching towards the Hall of Fame. Because when you become a Super Bowl champion, when you potentially might be a Super Bowl MVP, that matters significantly in football.
So what happened to Jalen Hurts this year?
Jalen Hurts this year,
Joe Flacco.
in this, Joe Flacco, I feel like people will make arguments for him. It's
was
not a lot for
never-
people,
Never.
but people
Was
make arguments.
Stafford, did you, because I remember the Stafford Patrick Mahomes debate, but did you think Stafford was deserving of the Hall of Fame after he won the Super Bowl? Like, Mahomes aside, just Stafford, Hall of Fame.
I thought he was, but not first ballot.
That was always the argument. It was always first
So
ballot.
same with Sam. Sam's not a first ballot.
No,
Sam's not
Sam is
second.
not a first ballot
Or
Hall of
third.
Famer.
How
But,
many, years do you get on that? 10 years?
but we
I
saw
think T.O.
Matthew
tries
Stafford
every other year,
at
right?
that point in time was a 2-time Pro Bowler, I think.
I hate this Pro Bowl bullshit. Like
The Pro Bowl, I do not
Well,
care
of course.
about.
Well, I mean, listen, we can
pros.
we can draw a line
Sam
in the
has
sand
0 of those.
in what matters in the Pro Bowl and what doesn't. I don't want to diminish the Pro Bowl completely because listen,
I'm cool diminishing it.
there are a lot of players that are deserving that are on those rosters.
That's for sure.
And I think it's about 80% of them.
Yeah.
There's the ones that I call out and I get upset about, but for the most part, 80% of those are right and they reflect who the best players were this season. But when someone like Shadur Sanders becomes a Pro Bowl alternate instead of Trevor Lawrence, it gets disgraceful to the product and to put him
Trevor's
out
hurt.
on the field.
that's
Because
the issue.
maybe that's why they're not
think
going.
Trevor's hurt.
But overall, Shadur Sanders should have been like the 15th person you called.
I think he was. I think everybody's
I would have had
hurt.
Rodgers over him. I would have so many quarterbacks over him.
And then you have a committee in football not have Bill Belichick as a Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer at that.
Crazy, man.
That was a big mistake. But overall, what I'm getting to is that I think that Super Bowl MVPs, they matter a lot significantly in football. It's a reason why Joe Namath is in a Hall of Fame with terrible numbers.
Well, for his time, he was doing stuff other people weren't doing.
4,000 passing
sure,
yards.
you're
They
right.
forget.
You're right. He threw more interceptions than touchdowns
did.
for his time. He was good. It's hard to measure those errors in football.
he really was dog shit.
Matthew Stafford's legacy,
Champion.
his Super Bowl credentials, it got inflated, and he jumped ahead of the line of Matt Ryan,
He already had the passing numbers, though.
Yeah, but I
Matt
was going to
Ryan
say
and
exactly.
Phillip Rivers.
Darnold doesn't have any counting stats.
Darnold has had 2 back-to-back top
Let
10
it go.
level
I looked
seasons.
at it. Stop it.
He has.
Let
Yeah.
go.
He has nothing.
What do you mean?
He has nothing.
He's Tom Pro
No,
Bowler.
compared, he has nothing.
He's Tom
He
Pro Bowler.
doesn't. He has nothing.
Matthew Stafford.
He has.
Matthew Stafford
he
before Super Bowl had
has
only one Pro Bowl.
SAMDARNOLD. Sam
Here's the
Darnold
reality.
has nothing.
Eli Manning has 2 of the GOAT Super Bowls and didn't make the Hall of Fame. Didn't make the Hall of Fame.
Okay, so here's my take right now.
Let's hear it.
Sam Darnold, by the end of his career, is going to go down as one of the greatest quarterback comeback stories ever and will be a Hall of Famer.
That's
I
fine.
think Sam Darnold is going to be a Hall of Famer because I believe Seattle is going to win this championship. I believe that most likely he will be the Super Bowl MVP because his story is going to finish on the terms of slaying the team that caused the ghosts in the first place in the New England Patriots. And I believe that he will only continue to be a top-level quarterback from this moment forward. If all of those consecutive performances that he had where he was criticized, where he was doubted, if he can get by that, there's nothing stopping him from this point forward. He is one of the most talented quarterbacks in football. And that's what I mean genuinely. Sam Darnold can make every throw in the book. Over the last 2 years, he was and has been a top 10 level quarterback. And moving forward, overcoming his biggest hurdle, his mind in those moments, there's nothing stopping Sam from just taking this career and going to the moon with it. This is going to be one of the greatest comeback stories that we ever remember. What Sam Darnold's doing.
I'll tell you what, I'm rooting for it. Genuinely.
Nice.
I wish he wasn't with Seattle, but I'm rooting for it. Genuinely. He has been, to a certain extent, inspirational. Never give up on yourself. He didn't. Even if the Jets try to ruin your career.
I'm getting emotional, man.
I get it.
This means something to me, bro.
Trust me, bro. I get it. I get it. I wish you put more faith and confidence into him coming into the playoffs. I'm being a cock. Nevertheless,
I know you are.
I'm sorry. Nevertheless, credit to Seattle for continuing to be the dominant team that they've shown to be all season long. I picked the Rams to win this game. The Rams had an opportunity to win this game at the hands of Matthew Stafford, and credit to the defense for not breaking. 80-yard drive to come away with 0 points. Didn't matter if you got 0 stops all game. It was the most important stop of the game, and you got it. Rams fans can be upset at Xavier Smith all they want. The ball was in the offense's hands with a chance to go ahead and take the lead, and they fell short. They couldn't get it done. And it's an unfortunate truth, but that's a reality you have to live with. Devon Witherspoon gave them a lifeline. Tariq Woolen gave him a lifeline by going onto the sidelines, talking shit.
That was crazy.
But then the next play, you get absolutely burnt like toast against Puka, who makes an incredible catch at that too. That was a lifeline, and it could have spiraled because the drive after that is a punt. Rams get the ball back. They go 80 yards down the field. They're cooking with gas. It's a Kyron Williams, Blake Corum show, going tit for tat. Puka Nacua sprinkled in there. And they come away with no points because the Seattle defense continued to show why they're one of the best units in the league. You have to give credit where it's due. I'm rooting against them in the Super Bowl. I will never root for Seattle. It's deeper than football. But you have to give them credit. They have been a miraculous, amazing turnaround from one year to the next. McDonald has solidified himself top 5 coach.
Probably.
Yeah.
What an amazing organization Seattle is as a whole. You have to give them their flowers too, because this century, they have been one of the most respectable organizations that we have in the National Football League. They've been incredible. They've been to now 4 Super Bowls this century, if I'm not mistaken. Great turnaround. A lot of noise, a lot of disrespect handed their way this offseason, by me included. And they've told everybody, shut the hell up.
Yeah, I think I made a TikTok yesterday about this. I think over the last 2 years, you can make the argument Seattle's been the best run organization, because it's one thing to turn your organization around, but they had to make like really hard decisions.
That's so well said,
right?
Joel.
Like you had to move off Pete Carroll, who is this Hall of Fame, probably your best coach in franchise history. You had to move off Geno Smith, who gave you stability at the quarterback position. And even before that, you had to move off Russell Wilson, who at the time felt like still a top 5-ish quarterback. And all of these moves we had a ton of questions about, maybe outside of Pete Carroll, because we really liked the Mike McDonald's hiring. But they just had to make difficult move after difficult move after difficult move, and they've hit on all of them.
I'm not gonna lie, Joe. You just gave me goosebumps, bro. You're cooking. You're
right,
going crazy.
I think Drew's right. I think Mike McDonald's a top 5 coach. You move on from Geno Smith, you get a 3rd round pick. You sign Sam Darnold, who's 10 years younger. He goes out and has a top 10 season. And then just the way they build the roster, right? They're able to hit on 1st round picks like, Witherspoon and Byron Murphy. You're able to hit on day 2 and day 3 picks, Nick Emanwari, AJ Barner, Zach Charbonnet. You have these great trades, whether it's
JSN
Rashid Shaheed, JSN 1st round pick. So they've been able to really build this roster in every way, because there's no one way to build a roster, right? Like everyone likes to say, oh, you got to really build through the draft. It's like, sure, but then you have to go out like Philly did and get an AJ Brown, or like they did and get a Rashid Shaheed who had big plays in these playoffs. So I just think organizationally, it's so impressive what they've been able to what they've been able to do, I should say. And yeah, I mean, I thought them and the Rams were the 2 best teams in football all season long. The fact that we got 3 just legendary games.
No, talk.
Maybe not. Sorry, maybe not all season long.
Talk to him.
But for the last,
not good on you, bro.
At least entering the playoffs, I should say. Entering the playoffs.
Tell the truth.
The game lived up to the expectations too. Like the game was just so amazing.
It really it comes down to the muff punt potentially. But
It's
even
the
still,
80-yard
you could look at
drive,
the Tariq Woolen thing, saying like he kind of got to get back there, because if not, that would have been 4th down.
True.
It was an awesome game. It was great. I'm rooting for Seattle. I'm rooting for Sam to get it done. I
think his
back at
the finish line. You're turning your back at the finish line.
There was no dignity
I
at this table.
respect it though.
There is no.
I'll be honest with you.
dignity
The love gets to a
at
certain point when
this-
it's in division.
No,
I'm being real. I'm
there's
moved.
no
I said
dignity at
this
this
last week. I
table.
said I've been rooting for Drake May. Then I look up in their AFC Championship game. I'm like, fuck the
Calm
Patriots.
down.
Like,
Exactly.
fuck them.
I respect that.
Drake May was supposed to have a great regular season. That was the end of that. Let's wait a few years to fucking fight for Super
Rin,
Bowls. All right.
You don't respect that?
He's a whore.
No,
No.
tell me this. Answer me this.
I should say-
Cowboys. No, perfectly said. Cowboys go to the NFC Championship game. CeeDee Lamb is going fucking berserk.
Did they lose?
He's going. No, they're winning. They just went to the Super Bowl. They're in the Super Bowl. Are you rooting for CeeDee Lamb to be a champion and MVP of the Super Bowl? Are you rooting for that? You know what I mean?
I am, honestly.
You're rooting for them?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Well, this thing, I'm
Why
not.
was
He's
a
a
little
Giants
bit-
fan first.
I wouldn't root. Ooh.
I
I'm not
could
rooting. That
back and
was
forth,
nuts. You
but
could.
I don't need to.
You could.
The,
You
the,
could.
The pudding
Why would he
good.
have that same type of
Like,
rivalry?
when I loved Herbert the way that I did,
You know what?
it gets to a point I would not
It's
have rooted for them
different
in the
though,
Super
because
Bowl.
quarterbacks are directly involved. Like, CD can have 150 and they lose the game.
I should say this. I'm rooting for Seattle, but I don't have this like crazy pull where like if the Patriots win, I'm like heartbroken over it. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, listen, I think
I'm just shocked.
Yo,
you were
real.
I'm shocked.
you were gonna get leeway with saying like my pick is Seattle. You said I'm rooting for it. I don't think it's a big deal either way. I mean, listen, I think every Jets fan, I know because I lived through it, so I understand the feeling.
lived through it, yep.
Understand that Jets fans want Sam Darnold to succeed and want him to beat the Patriots and avoid them winning a Super Bowl. So that's the Jets fan
I don't
in
think that's
Dells
it for him.
that I relate to.
I
do you think it is?
I just think you just are done with rooting with the Patriots.
No, I mean I love Drake May and I root for Drake
You know
May.
what it is? I genuinely and I think
No, the reason why is because Drake May hasn't played well. There's really
that's what
nothing
it
for
is.
to root
Dells
for, yeah.
is if a player Dells likes is not playing good, Dells will drop him in a heartbeat.
I know,
and Drake has been on he's been showing his
Was he
ass.
the first person to criticize Drake on this show? Like, just say, yeah, he just hasn't really played well.
Yeah, like, yo,
deserves
Drake been
criticism.
on booty time, and here comes Dells. Instead of standing with his bro, it's like, nah.
Did he do that with
It's
Jalen
fucking
Hurts?
difficult,
Dells
Dells.
is a
Wait, hold
runner,
up.
bro.
Remind me.
He's not a
Remind me.
Did
Did he do that with Jalen Hurts or not?
He ran. He tried to blame us as men.
You said he's bottom 10. He said,
Yeah, he said, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
He runs, but he's a runner. And now he ran.
I'm
in the Super
confused.
Bowl.
I'm confused, Riv, because just
shit.
last week or was it 2 weeks ago, you said, "Why aren't you talking about Drake May and how poorly he's been playing?" And I said, "I have been talking about this."
So you've just been upholding the
I'm
accountability he
never
wants you to
gonna
have.
sit here like
accountability
even
matters.
like I've said her and said
I'm-
I thought
no,
Lamar
whoa.
played like shit against the Chiefs.
Whoa,
Like
whoa.
I'm not gonna sit here and just blatantly lie about
I
players
never
I
said
like.
you didn't didn't criticize Drake. When he asked me, I said you said that.
I know, but at first you said, "Oh, Dell's haven't said much about Drake May," and I was like, "No,
Yeah, that was 2 weeks ago. Now you definitely criticized him. I'm just confused that what happened to the rooting for him. What's going on?
I can't have them win the Super Bowl, bro. Like, is that a fair bar?
You can't have one of your favorite
Is
quarterbacks.
it fair that the New England Patriots
So
go out
fair.
there winning the Super Bowl?
It gets to a point where
Yeah.
I couldn't agree
That
more.
feels okay.
So you
It's a
can,
division rival.
so
It's
you
like
could-
if the Bears won for me, I don't want.
brother, you was a fan of the Bears too. You was
Yeah, and I
posting
feel-
about
You
them.
literally were a fan of the
no, I
Bears.
was not.
Niggas
What?
right here.
No, they're
making me sick to
shameless.
my
Wow.
stomach.
You're both
Yo,
shameless.
he
What do you
was
want
on
from
the
us?
Bears. He was on Twitter dick eating the Bears, like
going gawking
not
on
crazy.
it.
Yo,
Oh
the
my
rivalry
fuck.
means nothing to me. I like good football.
I didn't- wait, what?
And then all of a
He's
sudden,
cooking.
when they choke, now it's I fucking hate the Bears.
Chicago.
And now
I
all of
fucking
a sudden,
hate all of them.
now all of a
Oh, yeah.
sudden
No, I
it's a
get
rivalry.
that, 'cause
That's
But you should have
respectable.
been had that vibe.
No,
You a Packers fan.
You
That's a
should have
real
been
rivalry.
had that vibe.
You should have been
right.
had that
I
vibe.
feel
no, I
too.
disagree. I
You
disagree
know what I'm
wholeheartedly.
saying? That's all I'm
But
saying.
to be
disagree.
fair, a lot of Packers fans view Bears fans as little bros.
Yeah,
So when they're
I'm
playing
with
well,
that.
it's like,
I
cool,
respect that.
cool, cool. They beat you. It's like, oh, fuck
Here's
that.
my thing. My thing is, you've been here all year. Let me give you your due before I shut you down. You have been here all year with Drake. You've been here from start to finish. You've not wavered from the moment. Now it comes a point where
You're
he
edging
needs you.
him, though.
He needs you.
You're edging him.
And you're
You
dead.
need to
That's
get him to
exactly
the-
what
get
you're
him
doing.
to the finish,
he
bro.
needs you
To
there
be
with
fair-
him. You're like, nah.
To be fair, I said this last week for the Broncos game. I said, listen,
did.
at some
You
point, like, I'm like
did.
sick of it. You know
He's
what I mean?
right.
Like,
He did do
So
that.
are you actually a fan of Drake or?
yeah, I'm a fan of Drake.
Okay.
Like,
But you
want
wanna see him lose.
We've had this argument the entire season
Okay.
where it's like, he's a Patriot. I'm like, I get it. Like, I don't.
Okay,
I
okay.
wish he didn't go with the
It's
Patriots, but I
pulling
like
strings for you.
him.
Okay, all right, all right.
But yeah,
Bro,
no,
you
like,
don't gotta
I'm just
you don't-
asking. You know, that's all.
You don't just because you're a fan don't mean you got a dick ride. I feel like you think you got a
Thank
dick
you,
ride
Joel.
every
Thank you,
single
Joel.
thing.
Bro, who
Like
fuck-
just because
Joel.
I'm a fan doesn't mean I got a
Thank
dick
you,
ride.
brother.
Like,
Thank
Who?
you.
like,
Thank you.
I like Caleb Williams, but I'm not gonna dick ride him. You feel me? Like
I don't get it.
I'm not gonna do that. Cause bro, I just feel like you're on.
Dell's
you're,
has been dick
bro,
riding Drake May all
bro,
year.
But Drake May has
been playing the
deserved
MVP.
praise all year. He's
No,
deserved the most
there's
praise
a
all
big
year.
difference between praise and absolute dick riding. That's a fact. It's a
He
difference.
has been praising him though. I don't
feel
think
like
it's
if you
been.
I've
play
never
at
said he
MVP
did it.
level, how do you not? He's playing like an MVP. How do you not dick ride an MVP? Like, what are you supposed to do?
a good point.
Do I sit here and dick ride Matthew Stafford? I don't.
But you're
But
not.
you're
a
not
Matthew
a- you're not
Stafford
a
That's
Matthew
my point.
Stafford
But there's
guy.
a difference between as a fan.
You dick
and we
ride
all-
CeeDee Lamb when
that-
he's eating.
And that's my fucking brother.
No, that's the point though. That's the
yeah,
point.
as a fan, you dick ride. You said you don't got a dick ride. I'm confused.
Now I'm confused.
But now, because you're not dick riding, now you have officially. They got to the moment. And you're like, yeah, I can't. I just can't be
hold
here.
on, hold on. I think that, and I'm going to use a different term for what we've been saying, but I think that the praise and the statements have always matched the results. I don't
No,
think
because you just said you didn't
Dell's
trust Sam Darnold, and then you say he could be a Hall of Famer. Praise and dick riding does not match results.
Super Bowl
let's
matches
talk,
a lot
let's talk
of.
about Drake May.
No,
Let's
because he
talk
tried
about
to
Drake
bring
May.
up the
No, hold
Giants
on.
shit 30 minutes ago. Praise and dick riding
Super Bowl
do not
matters
add
a
up.
lot. Super
no,
Bowl
but
matters a lot.
praise and dick
No, no.
riding are not the same
No,
thing.
Super Bowl matters a lot.
They are not
And
the
I
same
did tell
thing.
you earnestly and honestly that was a half-baked take, and then I'll finally give my take later on. So the way to use context, you're not using any of the context we have within the
said it 30
conversation.
minutes
Bro, I
in.
changed my mind within the conversation.
I'm changing my
I talk to
30
y'all when I'm talking about
minutes
sports. I
in.
changed my mind.
This is your fault.
Oh my
I
god!
changed my mind, bro.
Okay,
I
go
said that
ahead.
was half
You
baked.
changed your
So
mind.
okay,
You realized
so
you
use
saw
another
us react
example.
like yo,
No,
and
no,
you were
you-
like, yo, that was
Yeah,
crazy.
maybe that was too crazy.
Okay,
yeah,
fair.
come on, that's
All right,
fucked
all
up.
right,
That's
that's
fucked
fair.
up.
He
You
said
use that
within
against me.
bros. You got to give him a pass.
He brought up the Giants.
The Giants shit was foul.
I wasn't
You
gonna
know
say
that was
nothing.
foul. I said that
That's
was
what I'm saying. I
wrong.
let it slide, and then I let it slide.
okay.
He's making
Okay,
a
bro.
apologize to
Okay,
him.
bro, I'm sorry.
There
I'm
you go.
sorry.
All right,
That's all I'm
let's-
saying.
Let's get
That's all
back
I'm
to the
saying.
conversation,
Okay,
okay,
let's
bro?
conversation.
All right, the conversation is, I think, like, at least within Drake May,
Uh-huh.
praising Drake May,
Yes.
it's always matched the level of production he has. So
Mm-hmm.
if he's playing at an MVP level, Dells will meet him there. If he's not playing well in the playoffs, Dells will meet him there.
Mm-hmm.
He's never just like Drake is playing bad and I'm still
He's just
no,
quiet.
he's always there, bro. He's always there.
Okay.
So it's matching it, and I
Okay.
feel like that's fair. It's unrealistic to just
So does
tell him not to give real analysis.
Well, I'm saying I didn't say. Wait, hold on, because now we're losing the plot. I never said. I asked Dells to be objective. What was that, last week or 2 weeks ago? Whatever.
Whatever,
I asked Dells to be objective. He said, "Okay." He came on here. He did it last week, and then he came on here. He was like, "Yo, the nigga ain't been playing good." I was like, "Okay."
Not those exact words.
Yeah, but yes, okay, cool. I asked him, "Yo, are you rooting for Drake?" he's not really jacking rooting for Drake in the Super Bowl. That's why I'm asking, at what point
I want
do you
Drake to
stop?
play well.
Yeah, I'm saying,
I
at
want
what
him to
point
play
do you
well.
stop becoming a fan where you just like, nah, I can't.
Once
root
they
for
get
that
to the
nigga.
AFC Championship game, that's
Okay.
where at least where my
It's the
brain went on.
Patriots though, and
Okay.
I do think that like you know
So
you try to
the Patriots
Like
hate
if it was
is
the
bigger than
Dolphins,
the
even
love.
if it was the Bills, it wouldn't. I think it'd be different. But the Patriots are the Patriots.
Okay.
they're the winningest franchise. They were most hated before KC got on.
So the hate trumps the love for Drake, is what you're saying.
The hate for the
Patriots.
Patriots is about to be astronomical, bro, is what I'm going to tell you. Now that they're succeeding again,
Okay.
nobody's looking at them as a little dark horse story, Cinderella run. No, they're going to start getting hated on again. That's what happens in sports, is that now if they start winning at least consistently.
That's a fact. Because I mean, when Patrick Mahomes burst onto the scene, they go to the Super Bowl. Everyone loved the Chiefs.
Yeah,
This
some of us
offense,
stayed, some of
Tyreek
us
Hill.
left.
I mean, outside the AFC West.
Fucking speak for
But
yourself.
now it's like, yeah, dude, fuck the Chiefs.
Well, we started hating the Chiefs when
Once
the dick
he-
riding became
once he became a
abnormal
diehard
run.
Patrick Mahomes fan
that's
overnight.
when we started
bro.
hating them, bro.
I feel like y'all started hating the Chiefs
You started
because I
randomly
kept on
bringing up
saying
Mahomes.
I kept on saying too many truths.
It's easy to say the Chiefs can win the
I
Super
think
Bowl.
I think that every stat that you see about the Mahomes dynasty Chiefs is like unbelievably shocking and cool.
No, because you started bringing up the Chiefs. We could be talking about basketball. You start bringing up
It's an
Mahomes.
analogy. It is sometimes
he
it's
doesn't
an
need
analogy.
to be in every analogy.
You know, sometimes it makes the point across. though.
Oh,
Yeah, it
fuck,
does.
fuck Mahomes.
If you talk about winning, and I'm like, yeah, like Mahomes winning and stuff, you know, it's not bad.
Why
I'm
can't
just
you use
using an
Brady?
example. I could, but I didn't.
Actually, you should. He's the example.
I'm using two winners, two players that won at the
Why don't
ultimate
you use
level.
Mahomes? I mean, Peyton Manning,
Because I don't like Peyton Manning. I hate Peyton Manning.
Drew Brees.
Wait, why?
Cat's out the bag.
I
You got
actually
him.
figured it out the other day. Actually,
Hate?
yes, I hate Peyton Manning. Not as a person, nothing. I like Peyton
How
Manning.
does one hate Peyton the football
Okay,
player?
so
yeah, he is kind of a weird guy to
Like
hate.
the most
no.
likable player
no,
ever.
It's not because of the football player.
because of Drew.
No.
No, I
I respect that. If he's-
ready.
I'm waiting for
I
that.
was ready.
Honestly, that's the
No.
most respectful thing
I
you
was
can say.
driving and I realized this because I was talking to Jess and she made me realize that I hated Peyton Manning for the reason that he's the person that put in the word to get Adam Gase the
That's
head
true.
coaching job for the Jets, and that ruined Sam Darnold's career.
Fair.
So that's why I hate Peyton Manning. And I was like, wait, no, he did do that. He's a
Shouldn't-
W mans, he's an L person. That's fucked up.
W
'Cause-
Mans, but L
Shouldn't you hate what
decision maker.
Johnson's like?
Oh, I hate them too. And that's why I'm not a Jets
Okay.
fan no more.
Fair.
But when it comes to Peyton Manning, Adam Gase, because Todd Bowles was fired and Sam Darnold, he played well with Todd Bowles. He was really good, man. His rookie season, dude, the first game of the year when he threw a pick six and then came back and we beat the shit out Detroit, that was
So
crazy.
this is a Sam Darnold thing.
That why I hate Peyton Manning? Yeah, because he got the Jets Adam Gase, and Adam Gase literally sunk the franchise, and it pissed me off. I thought that when we got Sam Darnold, he was going to be the guy. So I love Sam Darnold, and Adam Gase fucked it up. And Peyton Manning is the reason why Adam Gase got the job. So I was like, okay, that's why I hate
This
him.
is the best scenario for Sam Darnold, though, I feel like.
Yeah,
So you
no,
should
it's
honestly-
a full circle moment.
Yeah, like Peyton honestly blessed him because he was
Because-
going to stay at the Jets.
No, the Jets would have been maybe good if they got the right coach that wasn't Adam Gase. If they got
Maybe
Mike McCarthy
the Jets
instead,
haven't got
if they
anything
got
good, you know?
because the Jets, it was Adam Gase or Mike McCarthy.
Actually,
That's on the fucking
Flip a coin.
Jets, if we're being real.
Actually,
Peyton
just to
Manning
get
was
anything
playing
good
that
is
game,
hard,
bro.
It's
Makes a
hard.
great point.
You know,
Yeah, the Jets get anything right.
Playing,
Let's be
they're
realistic.
playing football on fucking what's higher than all Madden.
Do you remember when the Jets had a chance to get Peyton Manning?
yeah.
Yeah.
The Jets straight up had a chance to. I thought I was going to be a Jets fan.
Yeah.
That'd been kind of funny.
Kirk Cousins, I remember that too. Lamar Jackson for a brief moment. Deshaun Watson for a brief moment. There's a few different
Kirk
guys.
Cousins, you said already?
Kirk Cousins, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So no, that's why. That's
Because
what
I think the
realized.
Jets were number 2 on his list.
So you hate
He
Peyton.
thought about the Giants, but he said he obviously had no chance that we would take.
Yeah.
The Giants were a possibility, but not a real one because that was
But when I
Eli's
talk
team.
about him, I'm always objective.
When you
though.
were a Jets fan, did you hate Tom Brady?
We never really played them in meaningful games. Yeah, like in 2010 when we beat them, yeah, but the Jets after 2010 were always bad to the point that like you knew when the Patriots played us, they would beat the shit out of us. Like, yeah, you hate the Patriots. I mean, I have a video of Dave Portnoy reacting to me going to a Patriots game. So I
Miss
mean,
those days, man.
yeah, but it's
You
like
see my walk?
but you
Great
don't,
video.
but
Legendary.
you don't like. It's not. You don't really build up that hatred
Yeah.
so much because you're not playing meaningful games.
I hate the Patriots. It
Well,
definitely
you're two different type of fans.
the hate definitely like dwindled when Brady and Belichick left.
But now you're back.
I don't. The thing is, I don't hate New England right now, but I also don't want to see them win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
You just don't want to see anybody win before you.
Well, no, because everyone's gonna win before us. But I just don't want it to be the Patriots. You know what I'm
Tried to
saying?
help. It's unfortunate. It is.
Yeah,
Just
I
don't want
mean,
it
I
to be the
think
Patriots.
there's just more meaningful matchups and rivalries, because I think the game I went to when I made that video, the Jets had lost 12 straight games against
It
them.
was something disgustingly
Yeah,
nasty.
the Patriots would just own them. Like, unless they were in a winning season, like when Fitzpatrick beat the Patriots in 2015, that was crazy.
Their last win prior to that was Belichick's last game, which got the Patriots' number 3 overall pick, which they used on Drake May.
Yeah, there's always connections to it.
So, as a Green Bay
The
fan,
Jets are responsible for Tom Brady, too.
Yep.
as a Green
He
Bay
probably
fan,
eventually would have played
do
eventually.
you hate anybody? Hate any team?
The Bears, just because they beat us twice and we choked.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
valid.
Yeah. But my hate for the Bears wasn't there until we choked and blew the
Trust me, I
leads.
remember.
Yeah,
I remember
because
everything.
then I got the shit talking Bears. You know what I'm saying? And that's a different side. It's a different side when you get a fan base cordial and shit talking you.
Trust
You
me,
get two different
I know.
sides of them.
Yeah, Chicago's.
I saw nothing but the ugly side.
What?
Chicago's.
You're
gonna be
finally
my
getting an
NFC
NFC team?
It's time.
You had the Eagles.
We saw that. This season had the Packers.
Yeah,
Well,
he's
no,
funny.
this is like
week
the
two
team I'm
you
rooting
killed me.
for.
Week 2 you killed
Because
me.
of Caleb.
Yo, bro, did you know that we've played 3 games in the playoffs and Jordan Love is tied second in passing touchdowns?
How many games did he win?
How many games did he throw for passing touchdowns?
You didn't
One.
answer my question. I want to answer yours.
He's been the second best playoff performer of these playoffs.
and how many have you
Crazy.
won?
Wasn't
Who's
his
won?
fault.
Who's won?
It really wasn't his fault.
Who's the best?
The best, Josh Allen probably against Jacksonville. Sam Darnold probably might trump that now. Matthew Stafford has a top 3 performance. Jordan Love's performance made top 5. I don't
Where's
think
Bo
it's-
Nix?
He might be 4.
Probably like 5, 6, 6.
All right.
He might be
6,
4. But yeah. I mean,
Okay.
Jordan, it wasn't his fault, bro.
No, I know choking is
definitely
never
Hashtag
nobody's
did all
fault.
he could. Hashtag not his fault.
Devin did all he could.
It was, man.
Matt
It's a
LaFleur,
Green
man.
Bay quarterback getting sold by his defense, bro. What's new?
Okay.
You hate to see it. Well, I don't hate it. I love it. But certain people hate to see
I
that.
was sick.
I was fucking geeking.
I was so happy.
Geeking.
In hindsight, I'm okay. Now, me and Bears fans were okay.
Drew, when I tell you, when I watch this shit and I'm watching it happen, I'm butt naked excited. Like, I'm jumping up and down. Like, I need the Bears to win. Like,
I get
it
it.
would mean everything to me if the Bears win.
That's
bro.
how he felt about San Fran.
Like, oh
at the
my
expense of Brock
God,
Purdy.
bro. They won. I was like, all right. They lost. Whether we win or lose, I can come back with a rebuttal that, well, nigga, you lost too. So,
No, that was
they-
huge.
Just think about how I felt the day after.
you, know, and you needed
You
that.
got
Bro,
saved.
I told Jess, bro, I'm like, yo, if the Eagles win this shit, I'm gonna be in the worst mood ever. And I was like, bro, if they lose, my mood will be all right.
You got saved.
I was like,
100% you got
Shout out
saved.
Purdy, bro. I always love Purdy for that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we're good. We're
Who
good
you guys
off
gonna
that.
hire at OC, bro?
That's a
Dude,
moment
I don't
to
know.
cherish forever.
Maybe Tanner Engstrand.
I don't know.
That'd be a good hire.
I don't know who the fuck that
That's
is.
a Jets OC.
Jets
just
OC.
fired.
All right, dude. Listen, I don't know. Get somebody
Yeah, I don't know,
that
man.
would stay.
Don't know.
I feel like we talked about it at nauseum now, so I'll just go through it just a brief bit. But we basically outlined the Seattle Seahawks trajectory getting to this moment. We talked about their offseason moves in the front office. This is statistically the most unlikely Super Bowl matchup in NFL history.
Damn.
I think 4,800 to 1 odds that this matchup happened. It might be even more, but very low chance that we're going to get these two teams. Patriots going from 4 wins to now a win away from the Super Bowl. The Seahawks going from a wild card team and moving on and making a lot of risky moves. They're 2 tremendously built organizations, and right now for the Super Bowl matchup, the Seahawks are favored on the public, according to Polymarket, 68% to New England's 32%. So 70-30 split, essentially. The sentiment is that they think Seattle was the overwhelmingly better football team.
I do think that it's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. When the NFL posts everybody with the chance to go ahead and win the big game, the big trophy, and the 2 people up front are Sam Darnold and Drake May. I mean, you can't write it any like that is some of the scariest things I've ever seen. The coincidence of that is nuts.
So Mahomes and Lamar was in the front.
Of course.
No playoffs?
We know what happened. We prayed for it. Nevertheless,
We didn't need to pray for it.
you have to give insane credit to both of these organizations. Yes, this is unlikely, but Seattle's defense was great, and defenses do win championships.
Yes, they do.
We did all round table at minimum say this is going to be one of the best defenses in the league. And I feel like a lot of the public slept on Seattle's defense coming in. I feel like a lot of smart people slept on their defense coming in, which made no sense to me. They were amazing last year. Why wouldn't they get better this year? As for the Patriots, this is nuts. It's crazier that the Patriots are here as opposed to Seattle. Is that nuts to say?
No,
I think it's a similar. Because just from the way we were talking, I felt
The
like
NFC is so stacked that I get what you're saying.
we had them. I think we had them like tier 3, tier 2, or bottom of tier, like something like that. Coming in, we had Rams, Eagles, Packers were in the race, Lions. Like that's who we had, you know. And then it kind of dwindled. So we had Green Bay was jumping up. Eagles were like always getting the respect. Rams were in it. Then towards like week 8, 9, you started seeing that Seattle push. With New England, I felt like it's a little different because I think like Joel, he was like, you know, easy schedule. Dells was like, yo, they can get some wins. With Seattle, though, they had a tough schedule, like a really good schedule. And to win that division, you know, in that type of environment, number 1 seed in the NFC, which I do think the NFC is a better conference with better teams. I think it's probably the same. Like New England getting there, you didn't expect the defense to be this great in the playoffs. Seattle getting there. Honestly, if you put a blindfold on and says Matthew Stafford had this type of game, 9 times out of 10 you're saying they won. You know, so
he's
the fact
the first
that
quarterback in history to lose a game,
like
with
that
those
shit,
stats
he was perfect, but Sam
playoffs.
Darnold was also perfect. So, you know, I think both of them it's the same. You know,
Yeah, I think it depends when you asked because I feel like preseason wise, both obviously would have been long shots, but Patriots still probably would have been longer shots just because we're expecting Mahomes, Lamar, Josh, obviously, Bo, and even Burrow to like all be in the playoff mix, right? So
we gotta stop with that one.
Playoffs.
yeah,
That's
I mean,
so foreign to him.
To be fair, the year before was the first year where if he was healthy, he missed. So that's the only reason I say that.
Well, now too.
But now he got hurt this year. But regardless,
hurt every year.
either way, he does get hurt every year. Before the season started, it seemed like the Patriots probably had the tougher path, even though the NFC was starting to catch up. You know, you could probably even call it even, but it always felt like the AFC had the quarterbacks, the NFC had the teams. Shit, now the NFC feel like you got the quarterbacks and the teams, right? Especially you got Caleb coming up now. The Packers are looking great. But yeah, I mean,
still a little bit of a gap.
In terms of probability, it's crazy that both of these teams made it here.
I think it was all in terms of like with Seattle projecting their offense, what Clint Kubiak was going to bring. He had shown in spurts that he can be an amazing elite play caller. And Darnold showed with the Vikings that he was amazing, but people hold over the 2 meltdowns over him, and that's why they thought that he wasn't a good quarterback. But ultimately, the question was around their offense, and Clint Kubiak, the game he called this past weekend, was one of the best games. I think it's going to get him a head coaching job.
I was going to say he's getting the job
if he wants it, because the teams left remaining are not teams that I would
fire
be
Nick right now.
You don't think that it's at least desirable to go to the Raiders? Like, I don't know if anybody's ever said, like, yo, Raiders, let's do it. Awesome.
No,
but
because
this
Fernando
year,
Mendoza's
more
a
than
question
anything,
mark.
say it again?
Fernando Mendoza is still a question mark because he hasn't played in the NFL yet. You know, I think that, like, Clint Kubiak can wait a year, pull a Ben Johnson, and go to a team with a quarterback that he knows. That Raiders job could be open next year, too.
You think Clint Kubiak is Ben Johnson level good?
No.
Honest question.
He can wait a
he's
year
not.
and come get the Philly job.
Ben Johnson is in a tier of his own, but Clint Kubiak, that's what he should want in a situation.
You think Ben Johnson is the closest we're going to have to a McVay?
Not the closest. I think there's other guys up and coming. I mean, I think now I'm just thinking about offensive coaches.
That's all I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Ben Johnson.
Is he the closest we're going to have to thinking that a coach can be what McVay was? Young guy, genius offensive mind, come into a franchise, change it overnight.
That is young, yes. There's no other coach that you'd want. What is Ben Johnson? He's just like, he's under 30.
That's
I'm under 40 right
30s,
now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's in his 30s. So. He's the best one right now, unless Sean McVay is still 30.
He's still
like,
30s.
Yeah, late 30s or early 40s.
He's late 30s.
Outside of him, it would be Ben Johnson.
39. Just made it.
Who?
Ben Johnson. Birthday's in May.
40.
He's about to be 40 years old. Still pretty young
Washed.
for a coach.
How old is McVay?
That's a good question.
McVay's like 36 or 7.
Which is insane.
Being younger is nuts, bro. McVay
Like, I think-
Oh, no, he's 40, my bad.
Fat.
they're the same age.
McVay,
He turns 41 in like, or he just turned 40.
So
So
the same
McVay
age.
and Shanahan are the 2 best offensive coaches in the league right now.
Easily.
I think Ben
How old is
Johnson has
Shanahan?
an argument for number 3.
Okay. What about Sean Payton?
46.
I think he has an argument for
Yeah, we're gonna be
3 or
spoiled for a
4.
long time.
I mean, I think Sean Payton's amazing, but you can argue it. But I'll go with Sean Payton. So yeah, then I think he'd be at 4.
Okay.
Sean's an older guy.
Sean
Yes.
is older, but that guy's
Shanahan
young
brilliant.
spirit.
46, man.
But yeah, it's an unlikely outcome that these two teams are here. I think Seattle, the public on Poly Market, I think they're correct on this one because I tend to align with it. That I do think that Seattle's a better football team, and barring a defensive shutdown again from New England, I don't know if they're going to win this game. And I think Seattle, like, they've really figured things out, man.
Yeah, no, this is going to be a great matchup, though. I think it's going to be a lot better than what people are going in thinking.
Definitely better than last year.
Should be.
Yeah,
Should be. But
Last year's belt.
I will say
Andy Reid.
they
bro.
have
Stuck
something
the
that the Rams don't, and that is a shutdown one. Gonzo is going to go into this game against
It'd be
JSN,
super fun.
and at minimum, you go into the game thinking, hey, we have a guy that can play defense against him.
Yeah, that was what was so interesting about this past matchup with the Rams is they lined up JSN everywhere in the backfield,
man.
in the slot, outside as a flanker, in motion. He did everything. So Clint Kubiak has found more creative ways to make sure that he gets the football, which has been something that I feel like they struggled with like before the playoffs, but they're at a different level. You mentioned their turnaround in the offseason. I think the Russell Wilson trade is the best trade ever for their side of it. There's other ones in NFL history that are up there. You know, you think of the Cowboys, but
Sean Watson trade.
yeah, Deshaun Watson trade. What did that materialize into, though?
Yeah, true.
I think the Cowboys trade just has to be seen as the
Yeah,
best
because
trade
it
ever.
led to a
A
dynasty. But Seattle, from the Russell Wilson trade, they got Devon Witherspoon, Charles Cross, Boye Mafe, Derek Hall, 3 outstanding defensive players.
What did Houston get? Will?
Did Houston get Will?
Was
No.
that the Will trade?
Will they had to trade?
They traded up.
They
Oh,
They
did.
got CJ pick 2, but that was their own pick. So they probably used the other pick to trade up to get Will.
Mm.
Yeah, something like that. But Seattle has built a good chunk of their team with that trade and with just the flexibility it gave them moving on from Russell Wilson. They've had to make 2 tough quarterback decisions, and they've hit on both.
Was, you know what, never mind.
And moving off from Ryan Grubb too, that was
No,
like
Max, just
they were
question.
10-7, right? The
Yeah.
offense wasn't great, but it wasn't like when he got fired, I was a little bit surprised.
You could have blamed it on the offensive line.
You definitely could have. And when they hired Clint Kubiak, I was like, no, I get it. That's great. Like if you
Clint,
wanna replace Ryan
we were
Grubb,
in on
yeah.
Clint when he got hired. That's
Yeah.
true.
Like that's a good move. So yeah, man, it's obviously when you get to the Super Bowl, a lot of things have to go right. You have to make a lot of right decisions. And I mean both these organizations, but specifically Seattle has done such a great
Yeah,
job.
Will Anderson, Tank Dell, Kamari Lassiter. Those are the only important ones.
I mean,
Rest of
those
the
are
offensive linemen.
Yeah.
So
Lassiter and Will Anderson.
No, fire.
Pretty game changing.
Yeah, fucking
Turn around
fire.
their defense.
Yeah, it's going to be fiery seeing.
Question,
Stefanski
was
and
Geno
Baker in
really
the
hurtful?
division.
Say it again.
Like to move off Geno, was that really a gruesome move for the franchise?
It was
Gino's playing
difficult.
so good, dude.
He was playing like at a top 12-ish, 13
He
level
was
for
good, but
multiple
I
years.
felt like they were still what 9. I think
They were like a
9
10-win
wins.
team,
Yeah, 9
9-10
win team. They
team.
made the playoffs, I think, one time.
The thing is, listen, we see organizations all the time. I'm looking at you, Pittsburgh Steelers, right? That stick with either coaches or
Yeah.
quarterbacks way too long.
Mhm.
And you can make the argument that I don't know if it's an argument. Maybe it's true that they got off Geno a year early because you saw what happened with the Raiders.
He
You
was
saw what
like
happened with Pete Carroll.
He was
you know?
older when he went there, so yeah.
Yeah, it was like 35, 36.
something like that.
So it is difficult because most organizations want to see like, listen, this is our guy. He's been giving us 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns. Let's just ride it out till it's not going no more. Then
Yeah.
we'll figure it out. But
I mean, nobody
They were
thought
ahead of
Geno was going to regress the way that he did.
No.
He went 3 straight years of, well, he missed 2 in 2023, but he went 70% completion percentage, 65% completion percentage, 70% completion percentage, 4,200 yards, 3,600 yards in the year that he missed 2 games, 4,300 yards. 30-11 the year he won comeback player of the year. The 2 seasons ago in 2024 is when he threw 15 INTs, when he had a ton of INTs in the red zone as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
They felt like a middle of the pack team. So moving off him didn't feel like, oh shit, like this is our heart and our joy. We didn't draft him, you know?
Yeah, John Snyder is the first GM in history to make a Super Bowl with the same team with completely different coaches and players on both rosters. There's not a remaining coach from that last Seahawks Super Bowl or a player.
yeah, that makes sense. I mean, that fucking decade ago at
He's
this point.
built 2 Super Bowl teams. It's crazy,
He's been
man.
GM since 2010,
Fuck
I
him.
think.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He wins trades, man. He wins, and it's the little ones. It's like going and getting Leonard Williams.
Seattle's just quite literally never done anything.
And
good
I
for me
remember
in
when
my
that
life.
happened, it was like the Giants. That's a good deal. They
Yeah.
got like a second round pick, I think. Maybe.
It was like, wow,
Second,
why the
fourth or
Seahawks
something,
going all in?
for
Leonard
this
Williams
interior
ain't worth
defensive
that.
30-year-old. Yeah.
Yeah, no, listen, man, they made the right decisions, the right moves. Speaking of a team that has kind of been stuck in the same spot, the Pittsburgh Steelers just hired Mike McCarthy. And this has been a hiring that I already know people hate. I know that I don't even have to read whatever is being said about
I
it.
thought Jeff Hafley was like locked and loaded, worst one of the offseason. This is horrible.
The question I have, though, for this is that, is it horrible because McCarthy is a bad coach, or is it horrible because you expected different?
No,
Because I
No,
think
it's
what
not.
is shocking is that they didn't go with a young coach.
And that's the thing. We all thought that when they fired Mike Tomlin,
finally,
it was the rebuild time. You're going to get a young coach to build your roster. No, they went with an old stink mud guy. And Mike McCarthy's a good coach, but like, dude, I know what he's going to
It's
do.
not the situation.
He's going to try to come in, and we're going to have the old-fashioned win 9-10 game Steelers, grunt our way to the playoffs. That's not what you need, Pittsburgh. It's not what you should give these fans. They've been sitting in mediocrity for 10-plus years. This is a historic franchise that's been around since Martin Luther King and fucking before my grandmother was born. So it's like, dude, you've been around this long. You have this type of history. Give the fans what they want. You need a rebuild. All these players are old or aging. You know, Hayward was damn near old as hell. TJ Watt, you can clearly see the regression. You know, like, what are we doing here? Jalen Ramsey, he's still a top corner. You know what I'm saying? But like,
Safety, really.
like, I don't understand what's going on. I think Pittsburgh, they have this idea of themselves when they look in the mirror, they see we still have it. We can still do it. You know, they're like that 44-year-old that's still trying to play NBA basketball. And it's like really weird because you're not that anymore. I think Pittsburgh should have went with a younger guy. And I feel like it's a setup for Mike McCarthy to fail. Like, I think that's the thing too. Like, I think Mike is a solid coach. I just don't know what he has to work with. They don't have a quarterback. You know, and granted, if Aaron Rodgers comes back, that's cool. That's like the 23rd best quarterback in football, whatever. DK Metcalf, he's just... Anyways, offensive line. Then you got the defense is going to be solid, but it was used to be the backbone, but it wasn't that good last year, and it's aging. So like Mike McCarthy's coming into a situation where it's not the prettiest, it's not the nicest, it's not the youngest. It is a 1998 BMW that's still trying to drive in 2025, 2026.
the only one who looks good in this whole situation is Mike Tomlin. Here's why. He said he's stepping away. His decision. I want to step away from the team. The Pittsburgh Steelers, instead of hiring the young guy, make it actually look like, yo, you got fired. They brought in another veteran, a respected head coach in Mike McCarthy, to say, hey, we weren't trying to really change things. We weren't trying to find a whole regime change. Tomlin really just needs some time away. We just need a guy who's going to come in here and we know for a fact he's going to give us stability. So let's go with Mike McCarthy. So Mike Tomlin looks like, hey, I'm not lying. I really wanted to step away. But in actuality, the Steelers are losers once again. As much as we can respect their franchise, as much as they've been the model of mediocrity, but consistent mediocrity, they just, shame on me for thinking that they were actually going to do things the right way. Is that nuts?
No.
Is that nuts? Like,
I thought the same thing.
I thought you were gonna come in here, go with an identity, find a side of the ball. It's been your defense. It's been your defense for years. So fuck it, let's lean all in. Let's go in with the defense. Bring in a guy like Jesse Minter. Bring in Brian Flores. Let's try and do that. Let's go that route. You go with Mike McCarthy?
Flores would have been cool for Pittsburgh.
Flores makes
He's
so
been
much
there before,
sense.
He fits
He
exactly
was
what
there
they
a
like.
few years back.
It made too much sense.
Mintz was cool for the young vibe.
You changed nothing. You're still the same.
Good luck, Mike McCarthy. God bless your soul.
It's I almost want to be careful because I feel like whenever we're all in agreement so harshly on one move, it doesn't always come back to.
I really don't agree with what you
Agree with
guys are
us?
saying, but I understand your perspective.
What are you gonna say?
No, I think that most of the things people are upset about are that we're more shocked that this happened. And the way that you outline the Steelers roster, it's not a good roster.
It's not.
And I think that Mike McCarthy, he's not the floor raiser. He doesn't possess the voodoo magic that Mike Tomlin possesses. The Steelers were able to win games that they really should have not won. Statistically, no analytic agrees with the way they've won games. They made the playoffs, and they were bottom 10 in points scored and points allowed. That is usually one of the worst teams in football. Mike McCarthy, in 2 stints with the Cowboys, 2 years with the Cowboys, that he won 6 games. So it's not like you can't bottom out with McCarthy. And I don't think that they brought in Mike McCarthy to make the playoffs, although that's what they'll try to spin. I think they brought in Mike McCarthy to come in, develop, and find a quarterback, which is what their biggest problem is. I don't know if it's going to be this offseason. I don't know if it's going to be next offseason. But I think that they have tasked him with the responsibility that, hey, if we're really bad this upcoming season, you get your pick of the quarterback, you pick him, and then you develop him for a year or 2, and then let's see where that takes us.
Will Howard? I know Steelers fans are actually interested.
Yeah, they are in on him.
I don't buy in on 6th-round pick hype. I don't.
Dude, I was talking to some dude at the gym, and he was talking to me like, Will Howard, like, you never know. And then like, immediately he's like, Brady? I'm just like, if your standard is Tom Brady, stop talking.
Like, maybe, but probably not. That's how I feel about it. So I think...
So you're going to sit there and be bad for 3 years and Mike's still going to be on the roster?
Dude, but I get what you're saying.
But if he leave... But
So
then
why
if,
not
he,
go
if you develop a quarterback, you did your job, Mike. Thank you very much. Bye.
but then he gets fired and you hire whoever you want to pick, and now you have an attractive job.
But then what's the point of that?
The point is that you needed a stopgap coach, and I think he's a stopgap coach.
I don't think Mike's... I think he's better than a stopgap coach.
You don't need a stopgap. He is better than that, but if the goal is quarterback...
Why not the goal is get a real young coach?
I don't know.
Somebody that can bring something different. You know what Mike McCarthy is
I was going to
bringing.
say because Pete Carroll's doing the same thing year after year. Mid, slightly above, maybe. You had to make a tough call.
Like,
Bye.
dude, I think if the Steelers are bad next year, that's a good thing.
It's a great.
I
They should
agree.
be bad.
Like,
are
dude,
they? Are they? I
we
don't know.
thought Pete Carroll was going to go to the Raiders and he was going to win 7 games. Bro, they got the first overall pick.
Yeah, but the Steelers, and I agree with you. I do think
They're not
They're
good.
not good. They're never good. They're never not that good. They're
Just
never
organizationally, the Steelers versus the Raiders.
Well, we'll see if the voodoo
Yeah.
magic
They
continues
have
without
this,
Tomlin.
I hope
Yeah, maybe
it
it doesn't.
shouldn't. You know, in
Is it
theory,
voodoo
shouldn't.
magic or is Tomlin just
Maybe he's not
goated?
good.
Well, I think that's just a nice term for me to say that they pull out great wins. You know, that's a testament to him as a coach. So it's not dismissing him at all, but that's why I'm saying I think it's unlikely that Mike McCarthy wins 8 games or more.
Because I think Tomlin pulls Sean Payton, sits the year, sees what's going on with the league, and then next year he gets the best job.
I don't know, man. He just doesn't call the side of the ball. I think that's what.
Okay,
that's what,
John
Leader of
Harbaugh.
men.
Yeah, I get it, man.
Sometimes you need a leader of men.
He's supposed to be a defensive guy, though.
He is, but he don't call it. And the defense is always
I'm
predictable.
a Philly man. We
Defense
need a
has been
leader of
bad
men.
the
bro.
last couple of years too.
We could keep Fangio. We bring in Tomlin, a leader of men.
Yeah,
well, nobody
if you're
wants to
CEO,
coach you
you need
guys.
to
That's
have
insane.
you need to have pull at
It's because Nick is still
coordinators.
here, bro.
Please
think
don't
that's what
combine them. That's like the ultimate lucky ass wins combination
Tomlin.
ever, bro.
But that's a world where, like, I see that working, especially if Fangio stays and you have Tomlin a head coach, and then you have to figure out OC. It was, I don't want to say shocking because, like Drew said, it's on brand for what Pittsburgh has done. And listen, maybe in a month from now, they're not re-signing some guys, they're not spending money, they really tear it down. It feels weird though to me at Mike McCarthy at 62 years old is like buying into a rebuild. Like it feels a little bit similar to the Raiders last year where we didn't think there'd be a playoff team, but we thought they'd be competitive. And you're right. They ended up having the #1 overall pick. I don't think the Steelers are going to be that bad, which makes me think if you don't get this voodoo magic from Mike Tomlin, so you win 10 games, but I don't think Mike McCarthy's a bad coach. I don't think you're going to bottom out with him and win 2 games either. It's like, so are you going to win like 7 games?
They just
And
don't have a quarterback right now.
They don't. Aaron Rodgers might come back.
Jesus Christ.
Which is another, I think, issue in its own right. Yeah, it was surprising because I definitely thought they were going to go with a younger head coach because they've had 3 head coaches in their history, which is ridiculous.
If Aaron Rodgers come back, this makes the picking up of Mike McCarthy worse.
Yeah,
Because if he would have got
to me-
somebody young, Aaron Rodgers was not coming back.
So it depends. Maybe they wanted him back. I don't know, but
By the end of the
doubt it.
season, the Steelers were saying, and Rodgers saying, like, yeah, let's run it back here. Maybe it changes things because of how poorly the Houston game went, but you had to know the writing was on the wall when you're playing Houston. You're going to have a bad game.
yeah, that's a little different. Maybe they're like try to actually compete and stuff, but I just think that the roster in itself, Aaron Rodgers or not, is just not that good, and I think that they can bottom out with Mike McCarthy, and maybe he just didn't want to coach anywhere else too. Like
Pittsburgh is his hometown team.
yeah,
He grew up.
there's a
rooting for
lot of
them.
emotional connection there for it to be like, fuck it, let's
We
make
need
it happen.
we need to hope and pray that Baltimore's good next year and Cincinnati can win some fucking games. If not, Pittsburgh is going to be right back in the playoffs.
Where do you? I had this thought because obviously there's worse run organizations than the Steelers, right? I think Jets, the Browns,
Bengals.
Bengals. Sure, I think Miami is up there too, even though they've had more success over the last few years. But where does Pittsburgh rank in terms of just accepting being this just first round exit after first round exit? They're trying something new this year. Tomlin's gone. I get that. But like, where do they rank? Because they're obviously not at the top of the league because it's like they're not winning playoff games. You can't put them at the bottom, but I'll give the Jets credit because they're trying shit. They've been wrong every time, but they tried bottoming out and getting Zach Wilson number 2 overall. They tried building up the roster and getting Aaron Rodgers. You know, they've tried a whole bunch of different shit. The Dolphins have tried, bottoming out for Tua, and the Browns tried trading for Deshaun and drafting these. Like, all of these teams have tried different shit, and I guess Pittsburgh has tried in terms of quarterback. But just like every year, the defense gets paid a lot and is underwhelming. You have a quarterback that is underwhelming every single year. Skill position group that has largely been underwhelming, especially given what their history has been over the last decade at the skill position group. It's like I just don't know what to do with them because they're respectable, but they keep doing the same shit every single year. And I think 90% of Steelers fans are fed up with it.
I think they rank very low. I think you cannot, in any breath, call an organization that has won 15 straight winning seasons a team that's ran badly. I think sometimes bottoming them out isn't always the answer. The Jets have bottomed out and they've failed each time. It's hard to get out of the bottom when you keep bottoming out. Look at how long it took Detroit to do that. And they had Matthew Stafford. The Steelers, while they haven't been contenders, there are examples of teams that didn't bottom out and they became contenders. For example, the Seattle Seahawks. They were mediocre with Geno. They had a good offseason and they made changes, and now
10
they're
years of mediocre.
But look what the changes
though?
were. Head coach and quarterback. Like, they weren't making any changes at head coach, and the quarterback changes it just got worse. Like, you went from an old Ben to Pickett to Rudolph to Russell Wilson to Rodgers.
Can't forget Trubisky.
Their
And Trubisky.
ability to
And Fields.
manage and pick a franchise quarterback has been poor. Ben Roethlisberger, since that moment in time, it has been poor. Their
Finding a
evaluation.
quarterback,
It's
some
hard,
teams
man.
make it so easy.
It's hard.
Look
But
at
that
us.
is why Mike McCarthy was brought in there to help steer the ship and for him to be the eyes to find a quarterback for this team.
I'm fine with
long-term
that. If that's what happens and the Steelers find their guy, then this is a great move.
It's a tough year to do it.
Terrible.
No, this year's terrible.
Yeah.
But I doubt he's one and done.
No, I don't think he's one and done. But again, just like Mike McCarthy, similar to Pete, it's not as old as Pete Carroll.
Exactly.
but
Do you
he's
think Pete was
62.
one and done?
Yeah, maybe not, but I don't know, man. Mike McCarthy, they got to win 2 games for him to be one and done. I think they win 5. He's still the coach next year. I really do.
But that's the thing. Like, if you win 5 and all of a sudden you're picking at 7 instead of 2, that could be a
Pete
big
Carroll
difference.
did go senile this season.
Yeah, I think Pete has his own issues. The roster, I think the Steelers roster is better. He had there was a whole bunch of issues with Pete Carroll and his son being the offensive line coach and all the issues they've had there. There's rumors coming out like nobody was there to watch film and a whole slew of issues I don't think we'll have with Mike McCarthy. But yeah,
I'm gonna say you want to talk about terrible organizations. Raiders got to be near. The top.
I didn't even mention the Raiders. The Raiders are
The
certainly
Chiefs
up there.
didn't bottom out. They got Mahomes.
No, they got fucking lucky as
They
fuck.
traded up. Payton was going to take him, though. Sean Payton.
It was.
Yeah, like, bro,
Texas Tech, right?
quarterbacks is hard, bro.
Mhm.
Mitchell Trubisky went over Patrick Mahomes in the draft.
Yeah,
He made a Pro Bowl.
And
He
that
loved the Pro Bowl.
wasn't like crazy. at the
Jamal
time.
Adams went over Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, yeah. Deshaun Watson too. Although that was a bit more
Deshaun
reasonable.
Watson, collegiately, I saw that.
No,
First couple
what
years,
was more
bro.
reasonable?
That-
Deshaun was coming off a natty, a Heisman.
First couple years, it was reasonable too.
Yeah,
he was a
That's
dog.
what I'm
Until
saying. That's what I'm
Deshaun
saying. That was
Started
reasonable.
touching
Did
people.
all the
I'm saying
stupid shit.
Trubisky wasn't a reasonable pick over Mahomes.
Yeah, no.
Oh, you're
over
saying
Deshaun
that?
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I thought Deshaun was gonna be QB1 in that class.
yeah, me too. There was a time where he was.
We can't speak about him. Let's move on.
Okay, my bad.
All right. Next topic. we're going to get into Joe Brady, Buffalo Bills. They promoted their offensive coordinator. He's now a head coach. How do you feel about this, Riv?
I need a snack, bro. I'm hungry.
Facts.
Last segment, fellas. Last segment.
I felt okay about it. Like, I think Joe Brady's done a really good job, given that he doesn't have a wide receiver one. Given that he's kind of, in a way, elevated James Cook as a top running back in this league. He keeps Josh Allen at bay, which means he doesn't let Josh get loose. You know, sometimes he does, but he keeps him kind of in check, and I think that's important for a guy who loves to just sling it and say, fuck it, I'm here. I think he's also a contributor to Dalton Kincaid's success, you know, kind of making him a premier guy in the offense. Offensive line's amazing. I think to go from offensive coordinator to now running the jumping on the field, like Joe Brady was in the box. So now to go from the box to down on the field as the coach, kind of calling these decisions, making these plays, it's going to be interesting. I'm excited for it because I do think Joe Brady and Josh Allen are really good together. I think also him and James Cook. But I don't think it matters who the coach is if you don't get a wide receiver. I think like all that shit doesn't matter if you don't get a wide receiver, if you don't build up this defense. Defense is old. Like, I know we look at the passing numbers, shit was cute. You have Greg Rousseau, Ed Oliver, who can't consistently create pressure, who can't consistently wreck a game. Matt Milano's hurt every single year. You know, I think Joey
Trey White
Bosa,
was cornerback too.
he was good, but like, dude, you can't rely on Trey White at 35 years old. You know what I'm saying? Christian Benford's good. Teron Johnson's good, but they're always injured. You know, so like I think this is a team that kind of has to rebuild their defense up a little bit again. You know, they drafted a couple good guys like Deion Walker and stuff. Terrell Bernard was good, but I think he
Harrison
was hurt.
got hurt too.
Yeah, Harrison did get hurt. So like, I'm just Joe Brady is fine. I'm just very weirded out that Sean left and Brandon Beane did not leave. I'm still very confused about that. This is a guy who hasn't hit on the draft in like 4 years. But Joe Brady's a good guy. I like his plays. I like him and Josh Allen's connection.
Now, this is interesting. They didn't fire Bean, and they stayed in-house.
Josh has been in every meeting, though. So
As
that's a
he
good
should be.
sign.
So interesting.
This is Josh's. He's legit GMing right now.
He
Yeah,
is
he
legit.
is, yeah.
Josh Allen's got
But
strings.
I do think it's interesting because they're doing something that we have asked other organizations to do.
Yeah.
Stay in-house if you think you have one of those guys. Bills think they have one of those guys.
But now you need a DC.
Somebody tweeted, it was hilarious.
Jim Leonard.
is the
If they
leading
get
candidate.
Jim Leonard, they got it.
They're cooking, bro. I'm sorry. They're doing their thing. If they get
Is
Jim Leonard,
Brady going to be OC and the head coach?
He'll be calling plays.
He'll be calling both?
Jim Leonard is an awesome Jet.
And that is a
Jet.
Jet legend.
He was awesome, dude.
I'm fine with Joe Brady calling plays, man.
Never anywhere.
36.
Facts.
Yeah.
Got it.
Why are you questioning? Why are you so excited to talk about the Jets? You're not a Jets
Nah,
fan.
that was
that
when
point
he
in
was,
time, I
that
was.
was his
The
peak
36,
Jet fan.
34,
Yeah,
something
That's
like
the
that.
best
You gotta
years
let
of my
that shit-
life.
Was it really?
Yeah,
He
some
was
of them.
safety, right?
Yeah.
He was on special teams a
Yeah.
lot too, no?
Probably he's white.
Fair point.
He was so quick.
36.
I like this hire a lot. I'm only skeptical because a lot of coaches turned down their interview. Was it because they turned it down because they knew that Brady was always going to be the guy and they were like, let me not waste my time? Or was it that they didn't like Bean? Did they not like something about the situation? Were they concerned about contracts and the quarterback getting paid? Like, what? A lot of things are drawing my skepticism. Nevertheless, Brady has been nothing but a positive to this offense. We've seen Josh reach new levels of his game, be a lot more careful with the ball, be more explosive, very, very meticulous. Obviously not versus the Broncos. We kind of saw him revert back to his old self, but he still had his moments of being really good. So I'm wondering what's wrong with the Bills? Where's the poop?
They don't have a wide receiver.
You know what
one
I mean?
Or two.
So is it Bean? Is Bean the poop?
Did you see Bean's interview?
With the owner.
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
you see it?
No.
It wasn't good.
Dude, it was bad.
That was where all the Keon Coleman stuff came
Uh-huh.
out.
It was awful.
I'm a bit
Oh,
torn.
I did see that.
so bad.
Yeah. I'm a bit torn because at first I was like, I don't get the hire. And I still kind of don't because what you heard from that meeting was the owner and GM saying we hit a playoff wall and you promoted the GM and you promoted the coordinator who I'm sure is going to keep a lot of like the same coaches and assistants. So it's like, still like a lot of the same guys running the show and guys in the front office. I think part of the reason why the Bills' job was looked a little skeptical was because of Brandon Beane, just his inability to draft well. But on the other hand, if you get Jim Leonard, I'm definitely more in. Jim Leonard is probably the number one defensive coordinator candidate on the market, has been all season long. He's been for multiple years now, realistically. He's just stayed with Denver, probably waiting for an opportunity like this one where you have stability and you have a team that can win a Super Bowl as soon as next season. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if he went to Buffalo. I really don't know what he'd be waiting for other than a head coaching job. He doesn't take the Buffalo job unless he just thinks that the talent is there, because Sean McDermott does just like specific kinds of players, typically smaller, faster players. Maybe Leonard likes bigger, physical. Either way, if they get Jim Leonard, I'm definitely moved by this. Buffalo is also in a weird spot because you fired Sean McDermott a week ago, and a lot of these other coaches already got snatched up, Jesse Minter being one of them, who I'm sure would have been high on their board. They didn't interview Clint Kubiak. They still had a chance to interview Jesse Minter. They didn't even ask for an interview. They might have just known that he was going to Baltimore already. So in terms of like candidates available, Joe Brady was still one of the best ones, right? Like, if you want to go the defense route, Chris Shula is a potential. You did get a report from a Steelers beat reporter saying that, like, he just completely botched the Steelers interview, which maybe that's the organization trying to save face because you saw how terrible it went over from the fans by hiring Mike McCarthy, Brian Flores being an option too. But realistically, where we sit now, we're like, it's, 2-3 weeks past the regular season being done. Coaches have been hired already. Joe Brady's probably one of the better options. So it's, I think with the situation they were dealt with, firing McDermott later into the postseason, it's okay. I do think Joe Brady, like you mentioned, Riv, and you too, Drew, you're putting up top offenses every year. I think a lot of that has to do with Josh Allen, even though Joe Brady has had success in different parts of his career. But it really comes down to, if they get Jim Leonard, I'm cool with it. If they don't, and it's someone a bit more unproven or not as highly regarded, I have some more questions. Because I think Sean McDermott did a good job, and this is probably one of his better player performances.
So Jim Leonard is the make or break here.
The Bills
man.
from
2020, 2024 have been top 5 in turnovers every single year, and top 3 in turnovers in some of those years too. So this defense creates, havoc and more opportunities for Josh Allen to get the ball, haven't been able to get over the hump. So yeah, it sounds kind of funny, but like, that's how I think of Jim Leonard. I think he's to be a defensive coordinator for a year or two, and he's probably going to get head coaching jobs.
Sean McDermott was scapegoated. That's what this is. The GM got promoted, the offensive coordinator got promoted, and you got demoted. And this wasn't the year that Sean McDermott was at fault. His defense played well for the most part. The defense overperformed expectations all year long. The Bills didn't get over the hump, and ownership probably saw that final fourth quarter drive, and it gave him flashbacks of every other time Sean McDermott has been the head coach and they can't get a stop defensively. And his emotions stepped in and said, I don't think the GM's a problem. I don't think the coordinator's a problem. I don't think these assistant coaches are the problem. I think you're the problem. And now the Bills are in a new era. And I think Joe Brady's fantastic. I think Joe Brady is one of the young offensive minds. He was going to get a head coaching job soon. And over the last 2 seasons, the Bills have been third and then second in EPA per play. They have an elite offense. Their run game has took off with Joe Brady, and a lot of that has to do with the offensive line. Brandon Beane, he has hit on his offensive lineman, which has created a nice foundation for Buffalo. But now Joe Brady has more pull in these draft rooms. He has more influence in the building. Players that fit his system better, he can get them. He can be more of a talent evaluator and add to this team. And you're keeping continuity. The offense isn't the problem. I know the turnovers were, but the offense has not been the problem. And Joe Brady has had a big part in the offense being successful. So keep the offensive guy. We were saying the Buccaneers probably should have kept Liam Cohen over Todd Bowles, this past offseason. And although nobody said it in the middle of the year, when we see how these two teams went different pathways, we're saying the Jaguars got the better coach. And this is just the Bills thinking McDermott's the problem and thinking that Joe Brady could be that young offensive solution for them long term.
Yes and no. I think, I don't think he's the problem. And I get it. People are going to say like, oh, his defense gives up all these points, this, that, and third. I really feel like McDermott, especially in the regular season, was able to put up some really good defenses and got a lot of his guys, especially when he was walking in games where 10 or 15 of his players were injured. You know, he had to just trot out the 4th or 5th best corner and defensive line. Like, he really did more with less, I feel like, in the regular season, and he kept his stability. I just think it was a kind of like how Golden State had Mark Jackson, they needed Steve Kerr. I think it was just it gets to a point where you've kind of just reached your breaking point with somebody.
Wrong year, though. Wrong year.
I feel like, what, you going to wait another year and then what if
Do it
Brady
last year.
Yes, you could have did it last year, but I don't see the difference in last year and this year.
Last year's defense was worse.
Well, last year you had Ben Johnson and you had Liam Cohen. There are better candidates.
I don't think you were going to go get them, though.
Joe Brady.
Ben, I feel like Ben was already locked into Chicago.
Ben would have seen the idea. Whoa, Josh Allen? Maybe.
I think he definitely would have been interested.
Roman Dunze, like,
No, trust
it
me.
was
The
a little
Bears,
bit more
the
over
Bears'
there,
destination was very attractive.
NFC,
a lot going.
You know.
But the Bills have just needed the extra bump.
But if you, because I feel like now that we know that they weren't going to fire Brandon Beane, was Ben Johnson going to take this job knowing
see,
Beane?
that's a better point.
He took a job where GM was already in place. Ryan Poles was not viewed highly before this season. He's had his fair share of misses.
Brandon Beane bad though?
Brandon Beane has not been awful. Like the players that
Poles kind of cooking.
the players that they have drafted, yeah, sure, they haven't been Pro Bowlers, but they've been contributors.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten, I don't think, a lot of difference makers.
Like Christian
I think that's
Benford was his
argument.
draft pick.
Yeah, I think the argument, and it's difficult because they're always picking at the end of the first round, is that you haven't gotten that star edge rusher or that star receiver or, you know, whoever it might be. He's gotten contributors. He's gotten good guys that have stepped in and been solid.
Let's see.
But I think that's the bigger issue is just, you know, you see teams across the leagues like, and it's not fair. But like
I didn't
the
want
Rams
Keon
got
Coleman was
Puka,
nuts.
the Seahawks got Nicky
Yeah.
Memori.
That was the owner being impulsive and honestly doing something.
Okay,
he
so
shouldn't
Ed
have done.
Oliver, 2019 Ed Oliver, solid. Cody Ford, I don't even know if he plays anymore. Singletary, Dawson Knox, cool.
One of the Pro Bowlers. he drafted.
Fosine Joseph, these are all irrelevant. 2020 AJ Espinenza, round
He's been a good
2.
role player.
Okay, Zach
No,
Moss,
that's what he is. Yeah,
Gabe Davis,
I mean that's a solid pick. If they had him,
Tyler Bass,
that's a good pick.
2024.
I mean, Gabe Davis in the 4th round is pretty good value.
That's a solid value.
Yeah.
2024 Keon Coleman,
Was Joe Brady one of the
Cole
coaches
Bishop.
that vouched for Keon Coleman?
Dwayne Carter. Yeah, dude. First of all, Dawson Knox making a Pro Bowl. I don't know how he got in.
Dawson
Wait,
Knox
what's-
is underrated.
He's
What's
solid.
2024
Oh,
or
I'm sorry.
2025? You read all the names. Deion Walker's not bad.
2024 is Keon Coleman, Cole Bishop, Dwayne Carter, Ray Davis, Cedric, Edefon Alafoshio, Javon Solomon, Tyler Grable, Daquan Hardy.
Yeah, that's a bad draft.
2023, Kincaid, Osiris Torrance, Dorian
That's
Williams.
a guard, starting guard for them.
He's all right.
Florida Gator.
But he's a starter for them.
Yeah, he's all right though. Dorian Williams, Justin Shorter, Nick Broker, Alex Austin, 2021, Greg Russo, Boogie Basham, Spencer Brown, Tommy Doyle. Like,
Listen, drafting's hard.
drafting is hard.
It's hard.
2022, Elam. Wow.
That's a mess.
What a mess.
Even then, though, bro, like,
Stop
you know, bad drafts, yes,
James Cook?
but
This was his best draft.
the Bills in
2022.
all those years had chances and were favored to win and go to
For
the
sure.
championship.
But it's like, how
go to
much
Super
of that
Bowl.
is just
That's
because you
more
have Josh
Josh
Allen?
It's a lot of Josh
Like if Brandon
Allen.
Beane, and obviously you could do this
Like,
with
look,
every organization.
2022, he fried. Like, he had Cook after Elam. Cook, Bernard, Khalil Shakir, Christian Benford.
Yeah.
Like, this is his year.
It's elite draft.
Yeah, like this right here, he did his thing.
And when you have a draft like that, you get some leeway. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, it was
you got to
after-
make, like, if he has another bad draft, I think, like, now you got to ask the hard questions.
After he got promoted?
yeah. for
I
real.
just don't think he's done enough to warrant his leash.
No.
That's my thing, you know? But, hey,
He
listen.
also has some weird quotes. I don't know if it was this past trade deadline or the one previous, but he was basically complaining how young GMs want to trade so much around the trade deadline, and he was kind of poo-pooing it, saying like, why are we doing this? He's also said some interesting things about like not wanting to go out and get a receiver. I don't know. There's things that just make me think he's a little behind the curve.
Yeah, he could have gotten Jacoby Myers. You know, he could have been more aggressive, and that's why I don't know. I think Brandon Beane, him getting promoted is crazy. Just simply talking about like Joe Brady though, I'm on board with Joe Brady. Joe Brady gets my stamp of approval. I really like Joe Brady.
Me too.
And I feel like he's gonna have success with Josh Allen, and you get a good defense coordinator, you get a good draft. I mean, you're right back in it. You know, they barely lost to Denver.
Even if they don't, they're still in it.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
But this offseason is going to be big for them because they have two starters on the offensive line, Connor McGovern and David Edwards. They're both free agents. Those are going to be big fills, big holes if they don't bring them back. They don't have much cap space, so we'll see how it goes for them.
Yeah.
But that's going to do it for this episode of the Pick Aside Podcast. You guys can follow us on TikTok at Pick Aside Podcast, on Instagram at Pick Aside Podcast, on Twitter at Pick Aside Pod, and on Facebook at Pick Aside Podcast.
Please.
Thank you
Love
guys
Facebook.
for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.